Hey, yo, Flip.
Yo.
It's a new big company, man.
What is it called?
Maestro. I'm going to put you on to some fire, boy.
I've been put you on a Maestro, G. G. Don't front. I've been put you on.
It gave me the, you know what I'm saying?
G, I brought you up there, man. I brought you up there. You know who Ghost is, man. You know who Ghost is?
Oh, he cool, man. Yeah, you right.
He cool. Listen, man, get yours today at maestrosclassic.com or go in the store, get it at Target, CVS, or your local store when you go to maestrosclassic.com. And make sure you use the promo code.
Promo code.
Hold on. My name is on the promo code.
You use DJ or Queen. What's the promo code?
The promo code for 10% off is Queen's Flip, man.
Okay.
Make sure you use it today at maestrosclassic with an S.com. I'm from Queens. G-Money.
Yo.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
What's up? I'm good.
We're back. We're finally back.
Finally back after.
We gotta stop taking these breaks, man.
I mean, yeah.
The last episode, you actually messed up.
Yeah, I got crazy.
Yeah, nah. Let's let that go, man. The last, we don't glorify negativity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People get into their feelings and they wanna. People get into their feelings and they wanna, react over things. And
yeah.
Very, very. I do not want to talk about that.
That's fine.
You respect that?
I respect it. I do want to speak about something that's going on now. This is our first show back post Nipsey Hussle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with the platform that we have, we gotta, at least send our condolences out and send our prayers to him and his family. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to say shouts to Nipsey Hussle, everything he's done for the community. You know what I'm saying? I personally respect all of the gang stuff that he got the gangs to kind of unite in LA, like that. To me, was the biggest thing that I've seen that, that kind of touched me the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always didn't understand how the gangs went a different way than when it's supposed to have went when it first started. You know what I'm saying? So now they come back to the whole unifying thing. Like, so shouts to him, shouts to the family. Lauren London, his kids and everything. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to that. You got anything to say about that?
Yes, of course. I mean, first and foremost, I want to. I'm gonna do something that we never did on this podcast before, and I'm gonna address something on another show, real quick on this platform. So, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. We definitely want to show him love and send my condolences to his family. A lot of people are, not a lot of people, but a lot of fans are upset that I suspended Shampoo. Yeah, I suspended him and fined him $1,000, and the reason why is because. Shampoo from the Howard Stern show, and, we respect him, king of all blacks, blah, blah, blah. And this is no disrespect to Shampoo. Shampoo has a show on this platform, and I appreciate everything that Shampoo does. But that type of dark humor and dark comedy is not funny. Especially when, and salute my man Mano, when people record in the studio, when people know the address to the studio, the streets got no love. So when you playing around with Nipsey, he passed away, you want to crack slick jokes, and I get a call while I'm in Jamaica that they're going to come up here and they want to smack you in your face and they're going to catch you outside. The only thing I can do is sit you down for a little bit.
I didn't know that.
Yes. He's cracking a little, you can't play around. There's nothing I could do. Now, of course, if they didn't know the address, if I didn't get a call and they didn't say, we know the address, and they said the numbers to get in the building, I wouldn't, that's what they said. Like, we've been in here before. Nipsey been in this building before with Mano. We've been there, Flip, and we don't like what your man said. We know he records there on Tuesdays. The streets got no love. You playing around, so what you want me to do? Yeah. We now come upstairs and disrespect you, Flip, but we gonna catch him downstairs. Right. Nigga, what, 53? It's not Howard Stern, bro. Yeah. It's not the Howard Stern show. This is real life shit. This is not a phone interview or a phone. This is, nigga, you go live on a show. It's a live show. So all they gotta do is wait till you go live and come up. We got official niggas in there tell you nobody playing, they're not talking. They gave me a courtesy call. We don't like this. Are you co-signing what he said about Nipsey? I'm in Jamaica. I'm in the island. I'm handling family business. Right. So I get a call from them. I get a call from Bino. Then I call back, and of course, egos get into play. But at the end of the day, what can I really say? Because when I watch the footage, I understand their gripe. But I understand what Shampoo's saying. Shampoo thing was, you shouldn't do anything for the community, right? But he says little slick. I understand what Shampoo said.
You shouldn't do anything for the community?
You shouldn't do anything for the community or be like Jay-Z and do things for the community at a distance. From a distance. Because the community, he feel like the community has no love. I mean, he made valid points.
Not right now, bro. It's the wrong time.
No, it was a wrong time to make the valid points. And then the jokes that he was making, I mean, people were like, yo, he dissed Biggie before, he dissed Tupac, he dissed. Yes, he did that. And I have to take that on the chin for allowing that on my platform. But when he said those things about those said individuals, nobody has called me, got my number, and called me to come up here.
Right.
We just got in here, a couple of months ago. You know what I'm saying? So if Nipsey was in this building, like, yo, we don't like that shit, and they give me the code to the building. Fuck, so now what I'm gonna do? So you put not me, you put other people in danger. Them niggas will come upstairs. We not gonna come upstairs and violate you, Flip, but we gonna fuck them up downstairs. So I gotta suspend you for a month and charge you just to let things cool down. Yeah. Until I'm able until you're able to do an apology. So people it's a lot of mixed emotions, man, with this platform, and I feel like people from behind the computer misconstrue real life with the internet. This shit is real life. A nigga will, if he want to run down on you, he's gonna run down on you.
That's facts.
Period. If they didn't know where we was at, it's not it's a business. It's not no pussy shit. It's business. It's a business. There's 15 people on this platform that I'm in charge of. They saw 2 other people on the platform with him. We gonna smack all of them outside, and we know. Flip, what you gonna do, Flip? Are you co-signing what he said about Nipsey? No, I didn't see what he said about Nipsey. Let me go watch it, and I watch it. Now, what if we go? It's just the thing is, people gotta understand that we got a Shampoo. I love Shampoo. I love what he brings to this platform, but Shampoo gotta understand this is not the Howard Stern show. It's not. These are real lives. This is real life. I'm not saying Howard Stern was fake, but this shit is the hood. And when I mean the hood, and they're like, you mixing the hood with your platform. I'm not mixing the hood with my platform. Mano records in this building. If they know how to get, it's not like I told them where to go. I didn't know Nipsey was here. I didn't know that they knew. You understand what I'm saying? People, if they want your number, they can get your number. I was called while I was in Jamaica. I was sent a message and called. Period. I made the right decision as the CEO of this company to suspend him because of his comments for Nipsey. Now, if the fans can't understand that and take that and respect that, I don't know what to tell y'all, because y'all don't really care about that nigga's safety. Y'all want to try to reverse it on me like, you mixing it. I'm not mixing the streets with nothing. I'm being a businessman at the end of the day.
It's a business move, yeah.
And I have to protect everyone on this platform. If one nigga who's in his 50s or one guy, he want to crack these jokes that he's used to cracking, and that's fine. It's fine, but when somebody is offended and they want to move, I got to be able to make a right decision, man. So a lot of people mad. Flip, you suspended. We want Shampoo, but I don't give a fuck, to be honest.
I'm fine with that. I respect it.
Of course, you're fine with that. Yeah.
I respect it.
He goes too far. So I just had to address that, man, because I think that we misconstrue, like, people just mix the internet with real life. Are you supposed to protect him? I don't get here to his show is halfway recorded.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to do? Come here early, walk him in, walk him out?
Nah,
niggas want to slap you, they gonna smack you. Hey, who don't know this? Who doesn't know this? If a nigga gonna slap, he gonna slap you outside. He's gonna catch you and slap you. Do you really want that drama for your comments? No, you don't. Anyway.
Yeah.
So rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. I had to address that shit, man.
Yeah.
But G Money.
Yo.
I feel good, man. I feel good. We have a classic on the way. Let me just make sure I get my joints ready. Yeah, we have a classic. I feel it's a classic.
Some notes over there?
I mean, I don't got no notes, but I just feel like this individual that's in the building, he don't look like he's afraid to say anything. You know what I'm saying? You know, he pressed me outside about, comments, and, he got me a little Nah, I'm joking. Nah. G Money, you good? Spaces, what up, man? Shout out to Spaces in the building. You good? Finally, you here, man. You hire new niggas, you don't come to the building. Yeah, that's what niggas happen when they get power. G Money.
Yo.
Episode motherfucking 87.
Nigga,
Slow down. E-Bach just walked in the building. Shout out to E-Bach in the building.
Oh, my God, man.
Come on, man. I gotta have fun.
Trying to trick me, man.
I gotta have fun. Episode motherfucking 87, nigga. We made it. We got an episode today. I think it's gonna be a classic.
Classic.
What was told to me is that it said Brownsville legend. Now Brownsville is Brooklyn, correct?
Yes.
They said they put the word legend. Now we can't throw the word legend around, but his mystique that I get from him feels legendy.
He looks comfortable. Like,
he don't look nervous at all. He look nervous.
He know what time it is already.
I don't like shit like that. I don't like too confident for me. He's rubber there look confident too. I don't know. They know something that we don't know.
I don't know. We're gonna find out right now.
Yeah, OG Nuke in the building. What's up, man? Round of applause, man.
OG, triple OG.
Malik, what's up, Malik, man? How you doing, man? All right. What's up? We got classic 87, man. Welcome to Flip the Script podcast. I don't know if you too familiar with us, but we get a little crazy up here, OG. But
Look, he good. He not ready for He cool, man. Already.
No, cool. You give him the
already?
Already?
Cool already. Yeah, he's comfortable. He look comfortable, man. This guy.
How the hell you give it to him already?
He cool, man. I just see it. I can feel it. It's a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got the Brooklyn Nets hat on. He representing. You know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think we move the mic a little closer to you? And yo, Space, I think this mic need to be a little close to Malik as well. Space. No, the mic is right there. Yeah, I think it's too far. Unless I don't know if he talks loud. I don't know. They look like they talk smooth.
He's
That's
shining
cool.
over here too, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah, he talking loud. Now you want to talk loud? Now you want to talk loud? Get out of here. Yo, so tell us about you Brooklyn. Tell us. Fill us from the Hill. What is the Hill?
The Hill, we separate ourselves from Brownsville.
Mm.
Where MOP and them grew up. They grew up under us.
Okay.
We're Fame from St. Mark's.
Mm-hmm.
And in my day, that's where it was at.
The Hill. So is it an actual hill? You know, I'm from Queens.
That's the actual hill.
So the actual hill in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Let's not over exaggerate. We sure there's a hill in Brooklyn.
Saratoga Avenue, man.
Okay.
So is that mic on? Is it? Oh, he said hold on. He said hold on. Hold on. He said hold on. Is the hill in Brooklyn? I gotta Google this, man. Y'all sure, man?
You
The hill-
familiar with the lyrics? Biggie shouted out.
What you say?
What we said?
What's that?
Brothers up the hill, Fame. Y'all know what it is on Prospect. They talking about Ocean Hill, Brownsville, Saratoga Avenue. Yeah, we separated from everybody. And
Wow.
it's on the hill.
Hold on.
It's a hill.
Let me make sure the mics is on before we start. You know, make sure. Get right.
Yeah, this sound like these guys are real confident.
I
about
know
this
the
hill.
hills usually like in the Bronx you got some hills and Yonkers like that.
I never knew of a hill in Brooklyn, man. Like, come on, let's
I don't
stop.
know no hills in Brooklyn.
What? Okay, Saratoga Avenue and what?
I've been to Brooklyn, you know. I've been to Brooklyn.
Now you know what a hill is. Like you go up. Oh, I just think of it. Oh, look, you go to St. Mark's and Saratoga. Actually, it comes up.
Let me see. We gonna see.
Okay, so is the
take
hill?
time. We
Is
got
the
it.
hill going
We
up
take-
Saratoga?
He's going down south.
Oh, I see. Yes, look, it's a slant. I do. But that's not really a hill. You guys are. Well, it is a hill. Well,
All you gotta do is Google it, man.
I'm googling it now. OG, I'm watching it. I'm looking at it now. I got the view right here.
We had the highest crime rate in the age.
Oh, come on. Oh, here you go. He gonna let me stop.
Talk that
Let me
talk.
stop. Hold on, wait.
good.
Let me figure. He gets. He don't like that. He gets spicy.
Look, he look.
You ready?
Yeah, we ready. We ready, Space?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Here we go. So, Brooklyn.
The hill.
Tell us about the hill.
What did you want to know about the hill?
I mean, I want to know who named it the hill.
Well, the history of it is a school on Dean Street called 178. And from that spot, before they put all the buildings, they said, you could look at that spot right there and look down to the ocean. That's why it's called Ocean Hill, Brownsville.
So
we
before
were
get
shorting it to the hill.
This is your brother?
Yes.
Blood brother?
Yes.
All right. So before we get into all that, tell us about OG. Like you were born in Brooklyn?
Yes, I was born at Kings County Hospital.
Okay.
Born and raised in Brooklyn.
Born and raised.
Okay.
Both parents was around?
Nah. Neither one of my parents was around. My grandmother raised me.
Neither one of your parents was around.
I mean, later on, but they was into their own. I was raised by my grandmother.
Okay.
You know, I came off the stoop after her death, and that's where the legacy was born. 13 years old, caught my first homicide.
Wait, look, come,
That's what you want to know. I mean, I
right
tell
to
you.
Come on, man. Come on.
He
man.
getting
That's
right
enough.
to
Wait,
it.
You gotta let me ease it in. Pause,
Nah,
man.
nah.
You can't just go straight into something like that.
The
man.
homicide.
He
13 years.
said it too.
I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, I only know how to go hard, man. I don't know how to go no other way.
So wait, so time out. So you lived with grandma,
Yes.
and grandma passed away. You said
Yeah, when I was 12.
he was 12, and then like you said that it was the streets from there.
Not necessarily streets. I was a football star in school. You know, I still went to school. Then
School you went to?
I went to Wingate.
Wingate. Okay.
You know, and then it was like from there, the drug game, crack came around 86.
86. That's a good year.
I started dabbling with that from heroin to crack, and it just was like the money was coming so fast. I said, okay, that was the end of school. 11th grade.
OG, come on. First of all, you know, and I like the way you tell stories. I like the smooth voice, the Twilight Zone voice, the scary type thing, the mystique. Respect, but who put you on to the game?
My uncle and my pops.
Uncle and your pops.
Well, they ain't put me on. I ran an errand. I did an errand for them after the funeral one day. And from there, just the excitement of it.
Wait. After the funeral?
It was a couple of months after. It wasn't exactly after the funeral.
That's a crazy.
That's
That's crazy.
It wasn't exactly.
Rest in peace. And you go out
Okay,
and you
my
just make the
grandmother
money.
passed away in in May. And in June, I just started seeing things differently. In July,
So
I did a little errand.
was your pops and uncle in the streets like that? Where they
Yes,
was in the
they
field?
was in the street hard.
People knew them. People
Yes.
was aware of who they were.
Yes.
But you said you grew up with your grandmother.
Yes. On
So you
St.
didn't-
Mark's.
What's your relationship with your father before that?
It was cool.
It was cool, but you just stayed with your grandmother.
Yes.
Okay, so it was cool enough to where once she passed, you just got to the family business.
Nah, it was there. Well, I went on my own. My mom was shooting dope. My
Okay.
mom used to get high. So I stayed with her for like 3 months. And she stole a package from me. And then I went and got my own place.
Wait, time out.
It was.
I was 13.
OG, chill,
It's true, man.
Talk right here, bro.
I mean, it is what it is, man. It's the truth.
So,
This is-
How you get your own place at 13 though? Like, what's the
mean-
process of that? Like, how do you?
I went to my aunt, told her I needed a place to stay, and she went and got me a place. What it is, what they gonna do?
So how many years are y'all apart?
We only a couple of months.
Okay, so were you with him at the time as well?
Nah,
or-
my father got like 20 kids, man.
Well, when you get to me, but he explained, I was already doing time already when he caught his body. I was in jail for sticking up an undercover cop. They had to come get me out of juvenile. I got sentenced for 3 to 9, 4 to 12 or something.
Wait, hold up.
For sticking up on the cop. I think I turned 10 or something like that.
We'll
So
get
I
to
was
you.
in Goshen Annex.
Yo, what's wrong with y'all stories, man? We'll get to you. Hold on. Hold your side. Stop.
Let's go. What's
Well,
going
that's
on?
facts. Go ahead, finish. This
It's
is what it is.
documented, man.
It's
Google me,
documented
man.
here,
Ain't gotta
so.
lie, man.
No, I don't think y'all lying. It's not about lying. I'm not questioning the authenticity of this, but it's just so much. You know, I go at a pace like this. Y'all just, and it's. Let me take it back a little bit. All right, so 13 years old. You after grandma passed away, you stayed with mom for a couple of months. She stole a pack from you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And pops and your uncle gave you the first pack.
basically, yes.
That you did an errand from them for them, and then when you did the errand, you liked the rush of it. So what's the
Exactly.
errand like? Basically, dropping off a pack and collecting money.
That's exactly what I did.
How much times you did it before you decided to go on your own?
Just that one time.
And you got hyped.
I got hyped. Then they showed me the game.
Yeah.
Then they showed me the game from the lookout man to inside the spot. It wasn't just right to. I had to learn. Once they knew that this is what I was gonna do, I had to learn every aspect of the game. It wasn't just gonna get. So I had to be a lookout man first. Then I went in, sold drugs through the hole. That's when they didn't do it hand in hand. We did it behind the steel door. Did that for about a week. Then I went to the table, see how the table was run. I did that for about 2 months.
What's the table where they put
Yeah, where they cut up everything. Then we went on a trip. We went to the Catskill, to a dude ranch. And I'll never forget that day. I called everybody to the room, him, my little brother Shy, my cousin Pooh John. I'm like, yo, we could do this on our own. Right? So I called them and all the adults in. I'm like, yo, we want our own thing. Give us East New York. We go from there. They laughed at me. We got off that bus. That day I was on my own. Never looked back. I got with my man Nice. He's in Arkansas in a federal penitentiary. He had a life bid. Then they converted into like 27 years. He should be coming home soon. He showed me some aspects of the game. At 15, I was solidly on my own. No partners, nothing. I met Wise from out of your hood. I met them. Hang out in Baisley. Met Wall. You know, all the real legends, and learn from them.
So you okay, so right now we're at you caught your first body at what age?
13.
All right, so right now, okay. Grandma passed when you was 12 to 13. Tell us the story of what happened with that.
I always held grudges. So I was a dude that used to always pluck me in the air when I played asteroids. So I used to be kind of scared of him.
Asteroids is the game.
Yeah, again, I forgot. It was you had a spaceship and it was rocks coming
I
at
know
you.
what Asteroids is, man. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah, I'll keep forgetting that. You know, you're a young man.
Back
You're a
in the
young
Atari days,
man.
or how
Yeah,
far
no,
was
yeah,
it
that-
back?
in the game room.
But, right, it was the game rooms then. So this dude used to always pluck me in the air. So I used to be scared to want to fight him then. Cause I was like, yo, man. I never lost a fight, but I wasn't gonna lose a fight then. I was like, damn. So me and his older brother was cool. So I let him hold a diamond ring. So I went to get the diamond ring back. He wasn't trying to give it to me. So I said, oh shit, this nigga's trying to play me.
The older brother or the guy that
The
plucked
guy, the older brother. So I knew where somebody kept a 357. So I went and got it. I went up on the hill, asked the dude for my ring. He ain't have me. I pistol whipped him. So the next day, the brother that used to pluck me came around. And he was like, yo. So I ain't had no gun or nothing on me. So I went to the refrigerator and got a Pepsi, a 32-ounce Pepsi, and put a paper bag over it. And I bluffed my way out. And then, like, I'll never forget, it was February 14th. And I was at a party, a house party. And they was like, yo, Shitty looking for you. And the ego, as you was talking about earlier, kicked in. So I went back, got the gun, and I went looking for him. So when I found him, I'm like, yo, what's up? I snuffed him. Now I want to fight because I said, oh, this dude went down for snuff. So he acted like he was reaching. I shot him in the ass, went back to the party. About an hour later, he was like, yo, shit, he died. I was like, oh, shit. So they snuck me out to Connecticut for a few months. And I came back, and I hit them streets harder. So now I knew, I didn't talk no more. It was all about violence. Getting money. I was the youngest dude up there getting money. So if you took something from me, I took something from you. And what I took from you, you wasn't getting back.
What made you think like that? Is it a situation where kill or be killed? Like, was it that?
Nah,
or is
man.
that like a myth?
It was not knowing how to deal with grief. So I was always angry. So if you did the least little thing to me, I want to inflict the most pain possible. So most of the time, wind up somebody getting killed or broke up real bad with a bat. So, it's like, that's what the time. At that time, you had the Jamaican posses. You had everybody battling for territory. So if you was perceived to be weak, then they was coming for you. So I wasn't going to be prey. I was preying on people. So
First body at 13.
yes.
What did that do for you in the streets? Like people knew that they sent you out to Connecticut for a little while, and then how, for how long you was in Connecticut for?
About 2 months.
2 months. Damn, they just sent you. That's a little while for real. Then they brought you back.
I brought myself back.
Oh,
Actually, I was coming back and forth every weekend. I was sneaking back in.
Were
going back
police
out.
were police looking for you at that time for that?
I mean, they was looking for me, but back then, nobody really talk. You just hear about it. The family talk more than anything. But, like I said, I always made this, I didn't do anything to anyone that didn't do something to me or that wasn't a part of the streets. I never hurt an old person. I never robbed a woman. I never did none of that. If you was in the game, you was fair game. And that's how, that was my logic at that time. That's what kept me going right there.
And that logic is, do you still agree with that logic? If you in the streets and you should be fair game?
No, actually, I don't agree with none of the violence. If I could do it all over again, I would have did it differently. Because like I said, I was on the path to becoming a professional football player, if you ask me, and anybody that knew me. But now, where I'm at in my mindset today, I was an idiot. But I was blessed because I shouldn't be here for all the things that I've done. Like I said, if you Google it, you'll see it come up. And It's a lot of brothers that grew up with me that ain't here. They in prison, federal penitentiary for life, or they dead. So what was God? What was my favor for God? Why did he save me?
I see what you're saying.
You know, so at that time, because when you don't know how to deal with grief, everybody used to say it's gonna be all right. It's not always gonna be all right. I needed help. I need to understand death. That was the first person that I actually loved and worship die on me.
Grandmother.
Right. And she was my hero. Everything I've done was because of her growing up, to make her happy, to see that smile on her face. So when I was taken away from me, nobody said, this is what death is, that you live, you die. Nobody explained that to me. So I was just angry. So, you know, football was a release point. But when I did that first violent act to another person, it was like an orgasm, your first orgasm. It was that good. It was like a building was lifted off of me. Wow. So I just was like, yo, this was it. Then I said you could get paid for it. I'm like, oh man, I'm hiring my gun out. Because I was going, yo.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down again, because I get caught up in the story. So, Shitty's gone. Connecticut, back and forth. Now, what are you getting money in the streets as far as like hustling, or you become a stick-up kid? Where does it go?
I never stuck up nobody.
So it's not stick up. Anything.
People used to just, pay tribute. They used to pay homage. Here you go. You don't have to stick up nobody. When you got that, when you come around, people, here you go.
At a young age like that?
Listen, man. What they said when you're young, you don't have the sense of, I thought I was immortal. Nothing could happen to me. If you shoot at me and miss, everything you've done die. I never got shot. I never got injured in the streets. Because I felt that I couldn't be touched.
So who was your guide? I mean, it was just you? Like who?
Well, I had a lot of guides, but like I said, the guy that I felt wasn't my mentor on the street was nice. He in the feds now. He was the one that seen past a lot of the shit that I was doing and try to get me to understand that to get money, you don't have to be violent. But I'm like, yo, man, whatever. This is me. But then he's had enough sense to let me be me. And once I seen he respect the fact that this is who I was able to listen to his advice. And my uncles and them, again, they always thought, because my pops, and they always thought, oh, because of who they were, they talked down to me, they wouldn't talk to me. So I used to be like, bro, them off. Just get the fuck out of here. What y'all gonna do to me?
Your pops was a gangster as well?
Yeah. You ain't gonna do none of this, dude. But see, my pops come from an era where if you did something to him, he didn't react. See, and I thought that was some punk shit. But then months later, this guy found somewhere in a lot. But you never would think that it was contribute to this crew. All right, I'm like, yo, damn, that's just such as that. All right, what the fuck? He had it coming to him. But years later, when them indictments came down, I was like, oh, shit. This is what they was telling me. If you did something to me, you should knew I was coming at you. So did everybody else.
That's how you wanted it to be.
Yes, that's what I thought it had to be, right? Because growing up, when you see, like my pops used to take losses for $500,000, $300,000, and it was nothing to him. My uncles and was nothing to them. Like they'd throw a big ass party. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a lot of money. $10,000 was a lot of money to me. Right? But when you hear these numbers and you like, damn, they ain't do nothing to this nigga. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with them? But then when the police was at me, now I knew why they ain't do nothing to these dudes. And then you find out this who had this guy clipped, this who had this guy clipped. But again, it was a lesson I had to learn.
So when you said your father, you said something important just now. My father used to talk down to me,
Right.
and not to me. Did that bother you? Like, did that make you, or you just, that's my father?
I mean, I always had a problem with authorities after my grandmother passed. So if anybody talked down to me, it bothered me. But it was certain people I could transgress against and certain people that I couldn't. And I wasn't no fool now. This motherfucker bust you in the head. Like, hey, fucking kid. Like, you know, my uncle too. Like, they was gangsters. But
let me ask you a question. You being
what's going on?
What's the definition of a gangster?
Well, my definition now is somebody do the right things.
Of course, we
Right.
know that. We're gonna
But
get
back
to the,
then,
back
it was
then.
somebody that stood on a foundation
Okay.
and didn't let no one, I don't care who they was. See, I have a problem with people that discriminate me in this. You come through, they want to clown you or whatever. I come through, they want to be like, hey, right? Big me up. My thing is, I'm going to treat you the same way I treat him.
That's right.
Right? But when you show me some other shit, that's not gangster, man. You're not tough. Be tough to him too. Well, just be tough to me. Well, be tough to him too. And that's what I had a problem with a lot of shit growing up. It was certain dudes that ran through the hood and dudes just tucked their tail and go, I don't give a fuck how much money they was getting. And me, I was the opposite. That's what I wanted to get. So if it was money on your head, I'm coming to get you.
So can we ask personal questions?
You ask anything.
I'm just
man.
saying, you know.
It's up to me if I want to answer it or not, though.
I mean, you go to your first. I mean, are you able to talk about, you know, the body?
Man, I done did the time, bro.
We'll put it like this. If you ask a question, being that I'm a student of law, I know what to tell
There
you
you go.
what to do or not.
Hey, Malik, what's up with you, man? We're gonna get to you next, man. Chill
Nah,
out, man.
yeah,
That's
but
my
that's my
security
brother, and I
and
have
my
to
lawyer.
protect him in that sense because I'm his little brother. However, I did study the law, and that's how I got out of prison. So I know what he can answer and what he shouldn't answer. And most of his indictments he had, I was on indictments too. So I'm just letting you know. But that's my brother. I'm gonna protect my brother with my life, and that's
So we
the
can't
way it
ask
is.
about the body.
No, you can ask whatever you want, and I'm gonna tell him how to answer it.
So you're gonna whisper to him, answer.
I don't have to. I
You
know
talk
what to
loud,
say.
then.
Just go ahead and talk.
Why you tell me to talk like that? Come on, now,
ahead,
come
go
here.
ahead,
Hold on, Blake.
Yeah,
Hold the
excellent.
fuck up, man.
Yeah,
I respect
excellent.
you, man. Come on, man. It's a lot of energy coming
No,
in, man.
hold up. Always remember with us, always remember this. No matter what it is up there, we love people. Never forget that. We respect and protect the people. Like he said, if you a gangster, then we won't treat you like you a gangster. But if you respectful, we was taught to respect others and look out for the women, look out for the elderly, look out for the kids.
I respect
and look
that.
out for the people. But if you from the street, you going to get treated by the street. We're going to see if you really like that dude or whoever you supposed to be.
I think that's what's missing now, though, in 2019. Like, I think we got a lot of fake gangsters out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, people
That's
don't-
why.
People don't respect.
Point, nigga,
Right there, that phone, that Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
Y'all niggas is wild in here, man. Yo, G, come on,
You
man.
give these dudes platform. Let's be for real.
Yeah.
You turn on
right.
you turn on Instagram right now. Dude is talking about to Jay Prince. He's sending hits out. Yo, get this chain back. These dudes are responding back and forth. All these indictments come now is through. There it is.
You think Jay Prince calls indictments for that situation by doing that?
I think all of them is dry snitching. Who does that? Who does that? He could call you. You don't gotta get on social media. He could pick up the phone and call you.
That's facts.
Yeah, 'cause I got
Listen, homie, I need you to take care of this for me.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Now, if something happens, right, it leads back to his doorstep as well as somebody else's doorstep. I don't believe in that gang banging over social media. It's corny. You got dudes, I mean, it's just to give them platform. And in my day, and to this day, especially in prison, suckers have too many rights now. That's what's wrong. A sucker don't stay in the sucker place no more. Right? So if you got a platform, everybody got a platform, everybody got a voice. So let's be for real here. Everybody's tough guys, right?
Well said. That was well said.
What do you think?
Yeah, man, get out of here.
Let's do it for real.
It's tough guy, you know.
No,
So,
the
but see,
way-
check this out, right?
everybody
But
fake
let's
tough
be for
guys.
real here,
They-
right?
they-
Way you
But see,
put that was
nah,
good.
but listen, see, because you ask the room, right? You go around and ask the room, you ask people how many people in the room is tough. Have the plan, they raising their hand, right?
That's true.
There's only two tough people in the world. This motherfucker that take a dick and a motherfucker that hang themselves. So I ask you, which one is you?
Where did you get that analogy from?
I mean, let's be for real. I'm gonna tell you. Can you kill yourself? Do you think you got enough heart to kill yourself?
No.
Can you take a dick?
No, pause.
There it is. Let's be for real here, man. I can't do neither one of them.
Yo,
I can't do neither one of them.
So who's tough then?
where did you
That's it.
Wait a pause, man.
There you go.
Where did you get this analogy
You're
from?
not tough then.
The hell is wrong? He just
It's
took
the
on some crazy
truth.
shit, bro.
It's not crazy. It's
Where
honest.
did you get the analogy from? Did you make it up?
Because now I have to make it up.
Oh,
It's
geez,
logic.
it was shit.
It's
Oh,
logic.
my
Let's
God.
be for real here. It's
So
logic.
you gotta be tough to take a penis as a man?
Ask somebody I take it.
I don't know.
Can you? Just ask yourself, can you? Because I can't. I ain't
cannot.
tough enough to take it. I'm damn sure don't have enough heart to kill myself. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't be here today. I did 31 hard fucking years in prison. And these dudes talk all this shit over social media, right?
Crazy.
They don't want to go to prison. Then they go to prison, and then they motherfucking folding. So they telling you a bunch of lies. Now, one thing I want to clear up, you my little man, you had him on this show, right? And I watched the interview you had with him.
Who bang him?
Yeah. And here's a kid that had all odds against him when he came to prison. Right? The sucker shit Tanar did to him was foul. You know, the shit that 50 alleged to do, but it wasn't him. It was somebody trying to make 50 be in 50 camp. Smurf came out to that yard with all odds against him by himself. By himself. You know, and I met him. He was like, yo, I heard such and such. I said, nah, bro. This was here to get you here. I wanted to see what you was made of. And he showed me. He got a heart of a lion. That kid walked that walk, man. And I got a lot of respect for him because all the odds was against that kid. And he showed. So I say to him is that at the end of the day, we don't look back. We're supposed to look ahead, right? So whatever you have with them, move forward. When you do good, that's how you get people back. By doing good. And I say that to say that today, too many people get behind that social media thing and they talk this talk. And when you see them, they fold like that shit. You know it. You seen it. You seen it.
Yeah, we have a situation, yeah.
Right? So when do dudes stand up? When do dudes stand up, man?
Truth be told, can I say something?
Sure,
May-
sure.
May I say something? That's one of the reasons why you sitting here, I'm sitting here, because when that penitentiary stuff come up and we talk about that, they ain't gonna have nothing to say. Because between me and him, them dudes ain't none of them tough. No, listen. All the way across the board. Ain't none of them built like that. Not one of them. Nobody. None of them.
I believe you.
And we've been in the penitentiary, and I was even a juvenile with most of them cats. When I say not locking in, yeah, you'll do something to a prisoner, but you really ain't even built for that. Somebody probably made you do that. They ain't doing nothing to the police. They ain't go through no wars like we. And when we went to prison, remember when we went to prison, we was in there with dudes from the 60s and the 70s, and plus we was in there with practically half of the boroughs that we was going to war with. So I'm just saying, a lot of these dudes be talking all that tough guy stuff. Telling you, ever dude, they ain't built like that. None of them. Ain't no excuses. None of them. A lot of the young brothers he talking about, a lot of them that's not rowdy, they handle their own. They don't talk about it, and they dealt with it. And I know a few rappers like that. I know a few dudes out here that y'all may think he ain't because he cool, and he was cool. But a lot of these dudes talking that Gorilla One stuff, they ain't gorilla at all. Because a lot of them is just straight up, they ain't even built for that at all, you know? Straight up, even the real 50, because I'm the one that cut him. I'm just telling you. So, it's going to be a lot of stuff be throwing. A lot of people want like, can't say nothing.
Nah, hold on, Malik, slow down, man.
I'm just being real.
I
I ain't want to interjene. You talk to my brother. I'm just
I'm
being
gonna talk to
real,
you
'cause that's
next.
bad.
You guys talking like it's like you reel me into the story, nigga. Let's slow down.
Nah, because I like what he said. Because
I like what he said too.
No, because a lot of older guys don't say it like that. That's why I said, well said, that's my brother. But the way he put it, and it's right. Because I'm waiting for one of them to come with me some gangster stuff. Because I know you ain't tough.
The people can grow to be tough, no?
No, what I'm saying,
Some people get tough at 30 years old, right? No?
I mean,
have you never seen a story like that?
circumstances. I believe circumstances could change how you perceive things and how you have to handle yourself.
Okay.
But I'm thinking like today, in today's time, I believe that I believe that violence is corny.
But we're going to get into that, and I'm going to get to you. Give me a couple minutes, please.
it's cool.
I'm going to get to you. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Are we able to? So he said you got indicted for.
Well, I got indicted for 5 homicides.
Okay.
All right. And
All right.
25 still was being investigated.
All right, let's.
That's our life story, bro.
The 5 homicides. Are you
Yes.
able to talk about those homicides?
I got acquitted for all of them but one.
Or is he able to talk
No,
about?
he can talk about it because he got acquitted for it. And he's not admitting to anything, so he can speak about whatever's there because it's alleged on paper. So he can speak about it. And if the one he got convicted for, whatever he take responsibility, he can take for it. But as far as that, he can speak about it all day because it's on the rap. So you accuse me of something. So if you want to speak about it, it's questions you can ask him. He can answer. So go ahead.
Yo,
Talk, right?
Okay, well, let's talk law here, because you seem like a smart guy. Let me fix myself. So, if he was accused of it, right, and what is acquitted?
Found not
Found
guilty.
not
Found not guilty.
Meaning he went to trial. Found not guilty.
Not guilty for those bodies. So how is he's not able to talk about it if?
No, he was found not guilty. Meaning, say like he told you what he's indicted for, and you asked about a certain murder or whatever. He could speak all day. Number one, he had the minutes to all that, so he could speak about what he wanted. It's public record. He wasn't convicted of it, and he was acquitted for it. But the reason we strike that because remember, families are still alive, people are still out there, and people will always dislike. So people may try to do anything. So out of respect,
understand for the fact.
that's
Okay.
what I mean. Other than that, you can speak about it and they couldn't do anything to him.
I'm just saying. So are you able to say what
Go ahead.
No,
Ask
speak.
your- speak
what
your
caused
question.
these issues, man? I want to know.
No, you could
here
go
we
speak
This-
about
this-
that.
This is
Go ahead.
what.
Because you said something wise about families and stuff
No,
like
no,
that.
you good. I'm
Listen.
just talking about the law. Go ahead and speak.
Let me just
Oh,
say
they
this.
this
here,
again.
right?
Oh,
go ahead.
tough ass shit. No, no.
Nah,
Nah.
go.
But look, let's be for real here, right?
Go ahead.
What basically what you asking is this, right? Everything revolved around the drug trade. Crack, City Under Siege, 86, 85, 87. So it was a lot of violence. I was going at it with the Jamaican posses. A lot of things came from there.
Is it the shower posse? You talking about?
Yeah, with Delroy, Uzi Delroy.
Yeah.
Me and him got cool though later, but it started, we was enemies. And I was taking it to them. And it was no let up. They tried to move in on my area, right across the street from the center. Yeah. And
Exactly.
and I had to push them out. This is my hood. I had a thing, man, you're not gonna come to my hood and open up nothing. That just was that. But we can go to your hood and open up everything.
Oh, hang on. Come on, that awesome shit.
It was the truth. I was on Van Wyck at 110th with Paris. I took it over.
Why?
Because he allowed it. He didn't push back. You gotta push back, man. He didn't push back.
Pray.
Then I met Wise, beautiful brother. That's my man. B-Dub is my man to this day. I met Just, God bless the day. Met Bim, beautiful brothers. They showed me how to style, because everybody thought I was from Queens. Because when I used to go out, girls didn't want to talk to me because I was from Brooklyn. So I just got that Queens swag, and he was like, oh, he's from Queens.
So were you at the time? Okay, let's get. So you were acquitted of 5 bodies,
I was acquitted of 4.
4 bodies, and 25 other murders was
Allegedly under
Allegedly.
the crew that we was
okay.
involved
Cool.
with.
So these are and now, what's in your mind state? Is it just to get money, or because I remember you said at a time your mind was violence. Like I don't give a fuck.
The money came, bro. The money was always
You just
there.
say that, but you say because you basically said niggas was just paying you just to be cool.
Nah, I'm not just saying that.
I was saying,
I had spots, but I'm saying that I didn't have to stick no one up. Because they knew that My word was gold. If I tell you I ain't have a beef with you, I ain't have a beef with you. But I never did no sucker shit like.
What enemy that you had that you can give credit to that took it to you? What I mean that stood their ground. You can say, you know what?
Just Uzi. That's it.
I don't know who that is.
That's Delroy.
The Jamaican guy.
Yeah, that was it, man. Everybody else, man, it's like they shoot back, but he was bringing it to us too.
Oh, he was.
Oh, for facts. You know, come right through our hood and do what he got to do. But the thing was, it wasn't no letting up. Everybody else, it was like nothing, man. It wasn't worth talking about them dudes.
Got you. Uzi did.
I had
So
to get him his.
okay. So can we go to your brother real quick? You take a break, get your mind right. We'll
Hey,
come back to
do
you.
man.
What's up, man?
Good. How you doing?
All right. I'm Malik, right?
Yeah.
From Brooklyn.
From Ocean Hill, I'm from Saratoga. Not just from Brooklyn, from Ocean Hill.
Ocean Hill.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Brownsville, the hill.
Yeah. Okay. See, this is what we got to go through. Forgive us, people.
Nah, I ain't gotta go through
They
it.
gotta
This
make
the hill. Ain't from
they gotta
Brownsville.
They
This
gotta
the
make their
hill.
statement clear.
Right? If I tell you ain't from the South Side, right?
No, I'm not.
All right. So if I say South
I'm
Side
reversing
flip,
them. Oh.
cut out.
He cool, man.
All right, you from the hill. Follow me. So that's your brother. So tell us your story. Growing up.
Well, it's pretty much the same thing. Unfortunately, with me, I pretty much was just really a street young man. I always gravitated toward the street, even younger than them. They didn't want me to do that, but I was out there because he ain't say like our father did a lot of time, and I'm like, we had our grandmother, the women in the family. My mind was like, I'm going out there to get me some money. Like, I have a problem. None of us had problems in school because we all finished school, even in penitentiary, did the college thing and all that. I had a problem with being complacent. I didn't like that. And I went out there and did what I had to do. Unfortunately, I was robbing and stealing. And this last trip I did, I stuck up an undercover cop. Some old timers put us on to this dude. He was undercover cop, was doing security for bingo downtown Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And me and my man Inf and this other brother who now dead, he died in prison, stuck the dude up. Unfortunately, somebody told. As a result, where we ran at, you know, I didn't want his aunt to get trapped off, so I wound up getting caught. As a result, I went to where they called the juvenile, Spofford back then. And being that I got in trouble before, father, they couldn't get me out, so Judge Reddy threatened me, so they offered me some time instead of taking, because, you know, you heard of Bostic, he changed the law, so after 77, it's like you do a violent crime, you going upstate. So unfortunately, I got the conviction and went upstate and went to Goshen and Highland, all them other spots, until my pops and them came and got me up out of there.
So you robbed the undercover cop.
Now, when I was very young, so I mean, I could have did a lot of stuff, but like I said, I just gravitated towards the streets. So I'm pretty much like my brother. Like, you know, we had family, but when you seeing certain things, I don't know what it was. I just went out there and I was just like full speed, full head, like, and I just had a problem really sitting in the classroom, to be honest, and I wasn't going to stay there. And then I started liking the things I see, of course, out in the street when you're young, back then. So I just gravitated towards
You
that.
said y'all forget the same father, right?
Yeah.
Your father did a lot of time?
Yeah, he did his time. In the 70s, they did. In the 60s and 70s, that's when they was doing their bid. 80s, he went away, but that's when they did their bid. We was very young. And, you know, we kids. I mean, you know, we had grandma on them, but we want to do what we got to do. You know, you think you're a man. You're going to go out there and get that money. And that's what I did, and I just got caught up, and I went away. And to make a long story short, they got me up out of there. And when I got out of there, the rest was history.
What do you mean got you up out of there? Bailed you out?
Nah, my father got a lawyer, and they got me up out of there. He was like, I'm tired of me being up in there. I was going for like 3.5 years or something like that. And he was like, you know, practically my whole juvenile life. He was like, go get him up out of there. Next you know, all I know is a counselor came to my cell one day. It was like, yo, you out of here in 24 hours. And next you know, I was on the bus home.
You mentioned something about the real 50 Cent.
Yeah, what about him?
Who?
Mr. Martin.
What?
Mr. Martin.
That was his name?
Kevin Martin.
What about him? I heard about him one time on the DVD that they said 50 Cent took his name. What's she's laughing? I'm saying, what am I missing something? She said they said 50 Cent took his name. Who was he? Do you know anything about him, or you don't know? Anybody know anything?
I mean like this. I'm gonna say this here. He had Fort Greene downtown area in a smash. You know, he was that dude. You know?
But he said he cut him.
Oh, that's
that got
when
to
we
do
was
anything.
Yeah, he was that dude out on the street. No, that's he. You know, we was adolescents, but we was kids. We was adolescents. You know, he did some foul stuff.
Good dude.
I cut a lot of people though. I'm just saying, in jail, like he wasn't. You know, he's not a bad dude. But as far as me, you know, man, listen, my brother used to save a lot of them dudes from me. As far as I'm concerned, that's that with that. You know, I don't have respect for a lot of these cats, and there's a reason I don't. However, that's not to take away a person how they was in the street, because he was, you know, we was all young and he was doing his thing where he was doing it at. I knew all of them because I used to talk to a girl in that project, and a lot of them, the young ones, was locked up with me.
So he was a stick-up kid, basically.
I mean, he was getting money. Yeah, he's gonna take the money.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Nah, he a stick-up kid for sure. That's what they did down there when they was young, like me. I knew a lot like him, Daniel Rump, Baby Light, all of them, Killer Ben, most of them, Little Wise, Jamel, all of them dead now, but that's what they did. They stuck up and they got their money until they started selling drugs, the ones that outlived that, until they got killed.
So, and I don't mean to talk about him still, but did he pass away? Because the story, the DVD, I don't know.
Nah, he died.
He passed away.
Yeah, his murder. I mean, you know, they know about it. He got killed. Yeah.
Okay. I heard he got shot a lot of times and survived, though, they said. I don't know if that was true.
Nah, he got killed, man. He got killed. Last time they shot him up, he got killed. He died. Unfortunately, he died in front of his baby, but he died.
Oh. In Brooklyn.
I just think there was some sucker shit to what they did to him, man.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
You know, they got somebody close to him to kill him. And it just didn't. I don't think he deserved it. That.
But don't that when you get somebody close to you, to like when you see stories like that, don't that put like a stigmatism over who, you know, make you watch everybody? Isn't that like kind of scary?
I put it like this: where they was from, they did a lot of that because most of them died because somebody they knew. So it was a lot of griminess and malice in where they from.
Where are they from?
They from Fort Greene and Albany projects around that area. In between there, I'm just saying a lot of them, it was either jealousy or envy or this person or whatever, and they did a lot of grimy stuff because truth be told, if a lot of them wouldn't have died, no telling how they could have been, but they didn't even give themselves a chance. And then you have other dudes, for example, that's my man, I love him. I'm just saying, for example, you knocked him off, when I get a chance, I'm going to get you. That's how it be. So you can't even knock the next man for wanting to revenge your death. He broke bread with you. He grew up with you. What he supposed to do? See you walking around every day after you done did this foul stuff? So you know back then, dudes was really loyal to people, whether they was in the street or in the prison. That's how it was. And unfortunately, a lot of them demise at a young age over there, it was because, to me, a lot of envious and cutthroat shit.
Okay.
Period.
You okay, so let's move forward a little bit. You went to juvenile, then you got back out of juvenile, then what were you doing next? You was in the streets.
I went right with my family. Like, my father basically told me, listen, I know how you are, how your attitude was. There's a line. You gonna be over here or you gonna be over here. You know I ain't doing the good boy shit. I'm seeing my brothers and all of them. You know, I come out, he give me this big ass chain with a big ass piece, and then you remember I'm the youngest one. I got another little one younger than me. But here you go, you got a father with all this money. You got brothers with all this money, homeboys with all this money. I ain't really had to do nothing to that point. Like, just do what I was, you know, they taught me to do, which was get money. So, yeah, I sold drugs and did all that and all the other family stuff that we had to take care. But I really had practically everything I want. I could drive whatever I want, do whatever I want. But when it was time for family business, we dealt with what we had to deal with. So we came up there and violated, and remember, I'm right under him. So I'm going to be with him. So if you do something to him, you're going to have to do something or think about me, and it's going to be an issue, and vice versa. So we're going to protect each other no matter what, and we was there to protect our family. But I went to. I came with my family. I'm not gonna go with nobody else.
Yo, so at any point during all of this, did anything happen to y'all, or anything got close to happen to y'all that made you want to like quit these activities, or you know what I'm saying, like anything crazy almost happened to y'all, or any close calls that made you kind of second guess the what y'all was doing?
For me, nah, that's my family. So if I would have died for them, so be it. If I want to live happy after, so be it. Me and him did almost 60-something years apiece, just me and him. Remember, me and him went to prison for our whole family. Right. So anybody know that. He left. I guess if it wasn't destiny for me to die, I was going there because I'm not going to do anything else. So I was with my brother, unfortunately, and that's what happened. So, and we was together in the beginning. We was together when my father passed away in the prison, and then when it was time for me to leave, right, I was 7 cells away from him. He saw me walk out. So it was destined for us, I guess, to be together because a lot of our family members, like he said, our friends are either doing a lot of time in the federal penitentiary or over here in the state, dead, and most of the old timers are gone,
right,
or older. You know what I'm saying? But most of them that was in their life, they all died. So it's up to us. So we here to do what we need to do and protect our family. We just going to do it in a more appropriate manner.
I want to ask OG too. Like, did you ever think about what your grandmother might think of what you're doing if
I
she was
used
still
to
alive?
think about that all the time. I used to go to the cemetery every Sunday and try to wash away that shit I did, right? But it's funny you ask that question because right before I got locked up, I just started praying. I used to pray a lot. And I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was something that wasn't sitting well with me. So I stopped by the church one day, and I was in the back. I had a gun on me and everything, and the preacher was preaching. And I thought this dude was talking to me. Right? But I mean for like, I started praying like around September '86. I mean, really every night, every morning I prayed. Because I was in war. I was at war with the Jamaicans. And I'm like, yo, man, something ain't right. So I used to pray. And then that morning, it was like, I got locked up February 19th, 87. That morning, it was like, yo, don't go out. My man called me from Rack saying, like, yo, come see me. I'm like, yo, I'm getting ready to make a move out of state. He's like, yo, I need to see you. I'm like, all right, man. I'm coming back. My man had a spot in the projects, and the girl had somebody at the spot. So he's like, yo, I need you. I had just brought a Suburban. So I went with him to move his shit. I drove right in front of the precinct. And the police was like, yo, come here, let me speak to you, Nuke. I'm like, yo, what's up? And I ain't see the streets from that day. It's 31 years.
Where the name Nuke come from?
Oh, man. My other grandmother gave me that name. It was like, I just exploded on the scene. That was it. I was supposed to be born 2 months later. I was born right there.
So you said that you and the Jamaicans went at it, but you guys pretty much had the hill on lock. That was y'all turf.
Well, it was my pops and them, and from they always had Saratoga, the Wild Bunch. That was the name of their crew.
The Wild Bunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, I just...
Did you have a name, a crew name?
Man, why I need the crew? I'm me. That's the crew, me. That's me. You know what I need a name for? Nuke, that's it. You work for Nuke. That's all it is, right? Let's be for real. Fuck me that.
Yo, Nuke is crazy.
I mean, for real, man. It's like, and my thing was, you work for percentage with me. I want you to feel like it's yours as well. But I just got my little piece here, able to get a spot here, able to get a spot over here, spot over here. And everybody was like, all right with it.
People were loyal to you? You took care of people, they were loyal to you?
I mean, that's all I know. I don't snake people. I didn't snake you, man. Mm-hmm. If I had a beef with you, you knew it. Mm-hmm. I ain't rock you to sleep. I ain't try to tell you, yo, it's all right. We ain't got no beef.
So where the fuck was the Jamaicans at the time, Shop Pop? Where was they at that they wanted to come on y'all turf?
Well, it was Pacific Street. It started on Pacific Street. and a dude, they had a spot. Because one thing about us, you can have a spot on the same block. You have a spot in the same building with me. There's only one rule. You let the customers go where they want to go.
Okay.
You don't shortstop them. And that's how I started. Dude named Nose, Jamaican dude named Nose, shortstopped it. And he wish he never did it. That's simple. And
I'm
that's
not
where
gonna
it
ask any
started.
questions about that. How did you know he short-stopped it? That's a good question.
I'm right there watching this shit.
Oh,
You know, like, come on.
gee.
He's like,
Wow.
and, you know, it's this, you know, it's something. I always had a big thing on this, right? Because they talk different, they think that scares you, right? I'm serious, man. I'm serious, man. So I had a thing with Jamaicans for a long
Yo,
time.
come on, don't say that, man.
Nah, I'm being honest with you, right? But this what made me change. It was a dread. I used to call him Big Hat. If I had dreads to his ankle, we used to have one of the popcorn hats. That shit was big too. And this was the coolest motherfucker in the world. He's like, no, come here, let me talk to you. And another dread named Ivan. Them two made me look at him a lot different. You know, a lot differently, man, because the thing is, like, when they moved, they had a store around the way. And I'm like, yo, don't let these fucking blood clots have nothing around here. They kick a fucking soccer ball and hit one of the kids, I'm shutting this shit down. Right? I'm serious, right? So I'm telling you how devious I was. This was before I got cool with the dude. I had beef with some dudes, right? I ain't had beef with them. They just told me that calling them, they was something I couldn't hustle with my man Rome.
Yeah.
They said I couldn't bring Rome around the way and hustle.
No, I remember.
So they had
Said
beef
so.
with the dread. So I shot up their spot. And I came around like, yo, that was the dread. I seen them running through the lot. So I had them going at each other for a minute. That was the closest thing to some snake shit I did. Right? But see, and then it's how, I'm telling you how I justify that shit. It was killing two birds with one stone. I happened to throw the stone. Well, they was going to go at each other anyway, right? So fuck it, I just lit the fire. But, you know, it's like, it was exciting, man. That time was real exciting.
What age you got locked up?
I just turned. I got locked up when I was 18. My first time I got locked up, it was for attempt murder on the police in Jersey. All right.
Yo, talk about. let me look something up. So,
It was in front of Zanzibar.
how can I look up your name, man?
Anthony Jennings.
Crack murder.
You said what?
Crack murder.
Yo, slow down, bro.
You asked him.
Come on, man.
You do this, bro.
I gotta make sure I type the right name, man.
Well, just put Nuke.
Huh?
Nuke, just put Nuke.
Nuke, right? Stop saying, man. Brooklyn. What do I add to it?
That's what you gotta do, man.
I see it. Breaking the Crack Murderers. That one, right?
It's one of them.
Don't be cocky, man. Like,
I'm not. You asked, man. What you want?
magazine publisher. Oh, okay.
You should have did all
You
this
wanna
before,
read this?
man.
Huh? What you mean I should did it
You should
before?
all this before, man. You ain't prepared, man. You
Nah,
should
I'm
know what's
not. I'm
coming
not.
in,
It's
man.
not about not being prepared. I was gonna let you.
You want to read this?
Yeah, let me see that.
That's the New York Times.
I just want to see something real quick. Take it.
Sweetheart, you should get fined.
I should get what? I should get what?
You should get fined.
Can't find me, man.
See, that's the problem, man. See, that's how I was. See, that was some bullshit.
How?
Because you just said you can't get fined because you the boss, right? That's how I felt.
No, but you was on some other bullshit.
That's
I
how I
was on some
felt.
regular bullshit. You
That's how I felt, though. You the boss. You can do. You make the rules.
Yo, ew. What's up with y'all, man?
You mean what's up with us? I'm fucking living. That's what happens back then.
So, tell us about the cop in Jersey.
Well, it ain't start with the cop in Jersey. What happened was this.
Yo, hold on.
Okay, here we go. We was out at Zanzibar. It was a club. We in the club. We had a bunch of jewelry on. And the dude was like, he asked nice, yo, was this? He said, yo, this is real? And this when cables just came out. He had a $10,000 cable on. He had two of them on. So the dude, it started a fight. So we chilling. They pushed us outside. And the dude was out there like, yo, what's up? So the girl pulled up with the car. I had a Tech 9 in the car. And, I kept it in the paper bag. And dude was like, yo, what's that? You ain't got nothing there. I let that bag go, and all you hear is freeze, and I let off. And it was an off-duty cop moonlighting in security in Essex County, New Jersey. And that was my first time getting arrested. I got on, it was $1 million, but it was $100,000 bail. Then that was the first time. And then November 26th, I shot and killed the dude that kidnapped my little brother. And 2 months later, I got nabbed. June of that year, I got indicted on the homicides.
So a guy kidnapped your little brother.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
What do you mean, how did that happen?
How did he?
Oh, he was one of the people that could pick him up from school. He was my pop's security.
Why did he kidnap your brother? You trying to extort somebody?
He did. He wanted money.
He extorted who? Your pops?
Yeah.
Did your pops give him the money?
I wasn't down with him, but I'm gonna say this, right?
He shook his head no. Like,
I'm gonna say this, right?
The stories.
And I ain't conflicting story. I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this. Whether he got money or not, he didn't enjoy it.
Why you gotta talk like that?
Because it's the truth, right? Think about it. He didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, he was security from Pops. Used to pick up little man from school. Little man ain't gonna go with nobody unless he knows one of us. We couldn't go, so he went and he did some more
How long was your brother missing for?
About 2 days.
Yeah, 2 or 3 days at most.
Everybody knew who had him.
Oh, everybody knew who had him. Yeah. And how long from the kidnap did the guy pass away?
About 2 weeks.
2, yeah, no more than before the month was out.
I came back to New York. I was into that.
And he didn't have enough time to enjoy the money. So you let the tech go. That was an attempt. They let you out on $1 million.
Yeah. Well, it was with the bond. It was $100,000, but it was it was aggravated assault weapon charge.
Yeah.
That's what they dropped it to.
Then you come home.
Right.
Somebody else have to meet their sleep with the fishes because they kidnapped your brother.
Yeah, that's what.
Did he really kidnap your brother though, or he was just trying to be funny?
Nah, he really did it. And this was a gangster. He was nobody to fuck with.
Oh, he was official.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right there. It ain't quarter fair. He just played himself and he found himself where he at now.
And like you said,
why y'all talking like that, man?
It's not. I mean,
don't talk like
honestly,
that, bro.
Nah, I mean,
Don't talk like that.
I mean, not
you guys
to talk.
scare me, man.
Nah, it's not to scare because
I'm joking.
Serious.
it's like when you look at it, right? Again, kids should have no part in this.
That's right.
If we beef, you got to beef with somebody. You ain't supposed to take it out on nobody like that. If he would have did anything else, I wouldn't have did nothing. Because he was going after some grown men. He was supposed to go after some grown men. And I told him, don't fuck with the kids.
He said Jennings, 21, has beaten 2 murder raps.
Yeah, by then.
And has been convicted on a 3rd. Yeah. This is his 4th murder trial in a year. Yeah. 4 murder. On the Hill.
See, there you go. We ain't got to talk about that no more, right? The Hill is already there, right? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
A regular visitor. So okay. So you get locked up, you go into prison. Now, what happened in prison? Because I know that becomes a whole new life now. Because then, because from my man Banger Smurf texts me, BK Legend, he's the reason they call on Top of the Hill, Brownsville. Yes. He said something else. Yeah. See? He said stick up kid. I don't know if that was true.
I ain't gonna take no money, man. I just was to get money right. But no, in prison. Let's go to prison. That's what you asked, right?
So wait. He said that somebody told on you too.
A couple of people told on me.
He said Lil Fame brother told on you. That's supposed to be a secret?
Nah, let that ride.
Nah, it ain't
out,
no
baby.
secret, but it's just like,
Just leave it alone.
He wasn't built for that. That's it.
you know, like I said, I want to say this, right? What the police do is foul, man. They got some little kids. They ain't had nothing to do with nothing. To talk about shit they heard in the street. And he did not hurt me. You know, I think that he was misled to make statements that he shouldn't have made. You know, he was about 13, 14 years old. And he's dead now. I wish, you know, like, I wish I could have seen him to let him know that it's nothing hard feelings, because they didn't know what they was doing. It wasn't just him. It was some other little kids that they tricked into saying shit that they had no business saying. Because they wasn't there to see none of this. You know? And the thing today with, and it goes on today, once you open your mouth, that's it. They're going to twist your words. You can't talk your way out of it. So, little bruh made a statement he shouldn't have made. You know?
About you.
About activities that happened because of things he heard. And I don't want to stain him because he was a kid. He didn't know no better. He wasn't in the street. You know, he used to just hang out on the block like everybody else did. You know, so
What were you did you get the what was you convicted of?
I was convicted of murdering Mr. James Baker, a.k.a. Quarterfield, for the kidnapping of my little brother, Kareem. And I was convicted of arson in the second degree. I blew up a building. What's the matter?
They probably think this is it. Yeah, that's accurate.
I mean,
Pretty
what's
much.
the matter? I mean, it was
No,
a
he
spot.
can't. You don't want to say.
Nah, I'm not
Yeah,
saying. This is
go
what I
ahead,
tell you
yeah.
about the shortstop and shit.
Yeah.
My spot's the only one getting robbed in the building. So if my spot's the only one getting robbed in the building, nobody gonna get no money if I couldn't get no money.
You blew it up.
So right in Bushwick. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, like, I got convicted of it. I did it. I took responsibility of it.
How did you blow it up?
With gasoline and a grenade.
What the fuck the gasoline? What you need the gasoline for?
Nah, see
The
this.
grenade blows up enough.
No, it doesn't make the. See, listen, man. I gotta tell you.
Teach
you want to hear the story of this shit? The funny shit about this whole thing. So I get the dudes in there working. Now, first I thought he was trying to play me, but this motherfucker came back with an eye jam me so big, right? So I said, fuck it. I told my man, yo, we can't get no money. Nobody gonna get no money out the building. So I take this dude named JJ with me. Remember JJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I put the gasoline in the basement, all the way upstairs, all through the apartment. Now, mind you, I do not know that once you light fire, the gas, this shit is gonna follow the trail. I don't know. So I light the fire. This motherfucker closed the door on me. Right, so I'm stuck in the spot and fire. Every room I run into, fire is coming. So I run to the window. Now, you know brownstones, you can go up. It's like, I'm on the first floor. I'm thinking I'm on the first floor. So I said, oh shit, the window. It hit me, the window. I run to the window. I get to the window and I jump out. There's a phone out, so I'll go through a fall over. I think I got a 357 on me, but the nigga switched the gun on me. It's a 22 Magnum. There's a dog biting at my heels now. My pants leg got singed. So I shoot, bap. Oh, yeah, it's bap. Like, what the fuck? You hear, So I run. Now, mind you, I'm running. Homie and him is in the car. B and him is in the car. So I get in the car. I say, what's this nigga JJ at? Now, mind you, we in Bushwick and Palmetto. This motherfucker is on Broadway. And where S&A was at? That sneaker store.
Oh, that's over there. Well, that was on.
That's
Broadway.
but that's like 10 blocks from where we was at.
That's towards Knickerbocker.
Now how he beat the car this fast, right? So anyway, I fucked up. I flips out the window. The dog is biting at me, and I got the wrong gun, and I got burnt on my leg. So I get back around the way. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So me and Beef, and I beat him up, threw him through the Chinese store window. Right now, mine, it checks out. He used to run
That was the
spot.
guy that locked the door.
Yeah, this nigga JJ. Now, this nigga told on me. Now, this
He's dead,
nigga's
though.
official rap.
Yeah.
I had to cop out to some shit because of this nigga couldn't handle his shit.
Yeah, he died.
So I would have got away with this shit because nobody knew me. But I got 3 to 9 for blowing up the building.
Tell us. So all right. So the dog bit your leg. Jumped out the window. The dog bite your leg. Something let off a shot. The dog.
Yeah, he
You
got
run
hit.
down the block. You see
I jumped in the car. This nigga is 10 blocks away.
See him. Throw him through the Chinese store window.
That's when we get back around the way. I finally catch up to him. And I threw him, fucked him up, pistol whipped him and everything. But the point is that if we together, first you switch the gun on me. That's a no-no. Then you left me.
That's a no-no.
I wouldn't have left you. I'd have waited till everything got out.
Yeah, you don't leave.
So he should have been dead that night.
But wait, time out. Wait, I got lost a little bit because you're talking so riddles but straight. So you went to a building.
Yes.
There was you said somebody came back with a shiner. You felt somebody was lying about something.
Nah, I thought he was lying at first.
About what, being
When they
robbed?
said we got robbed.
Okay.
Who fucking they right mind gonna rob us?
He had a big shiner.
Nah, that's the next time. Because the first time he's working off that first robbery. He was still in the spot working it off.
Got it. Working on the first robbery.
Right. Then he came back. Then we found out he was getting robbed. He was getting robbed.
So now what? Then you say you took the gasoline.
Yeah.
Try to burn him in the building.
Nah, I ain't burned my man.
He was outside waiting for you.
Nah, he wasn't there. Once we found out it was a legit story, that night, I went to burn the building down.
The building of the people that robbed you.
The building that we was hustling, yes.
Got it.
So if I can't get no money out the building, no one get money.
Nobody
out
get.
the
All right, so you throw gasoline all over the place, nigga lock you. Bang! You running all over the place. The fucking gasoline following you. You don't drop this shit. All right, follow you all over the place with some old school shit. You jump out the window. Leg is burnt. Dog bit you. It's like the dog is on your ass.
Yes.
Somebody your man switched the gun on you. Bang! Dog bounce.
Facts.
Hopped in the car. And when you see him, you beat him, pistol with him, throw him in the Chinese store.
No, I threw him through the window because he was
Chinese
in the
store.
Chinese
Got
store.
it. Now, when did the building blow up? That
The
same
building
time
blew
when.
up- yeah, at the same time with the thing. I let the grenade go, but after I got out. And it's funny. Yo, nah,
blow up buildings.
No,
Why
listen.
you gonna blow a building for, man?
Check this out. It's funny, man, because
It's
when
not
you look
funny.
at yes, it is. Why?
It
Because
was a
check this out.
spot.
Look how the logic I'm thinking, right? It's only but crackheads in here, right? And dope fiends. This is my logic. This is what I'm telling you. This is fucking crazy. That I had no respect for human life at that time, right? Like that it was just money. It was just money, right? I would just should have just put somebody else stronger in the building if that was the case. Because it was a gold mine. But in my logic, in this sick way I was thinking, that nobody getting no money. And whoever in there staying there, they just die. Who gives a fuck? There's a bunch of crackheads and dope fiends. But I'm not looking at them like they people. And this is what happens when you get caught up in that game.
Real quick, I'm reading something here.
Right.
Who's Donnie Smallwood?
It's our dad.
That's your pops. Oh, the Wild Bunch. I didn't know the names. This is some interesting. This shit is real. So when you blew up the building came down, or just
Nah, man, that shit they do like you see on the movies, man. That's just they do. That's why I want
Probably
to do
just
it.
take out most of one.
That's
floor.
what my whole reason. Now you see a building blow up, that should just blow up. That shit ain't this shit.
so you go to jail. So you go to trial. You on trial? How long you on trial for? How long the trial was for?
I think I was on trial for the trial blew up or my trial.
All your trial.
I was on rack asylum for 3 years.
And then you blew trial on one of them.
Yeah, I blew trial.
You get the flat 31 right there?
Nah, I did 25, a 3 to 9, and a 2 to 4. I got a 2 to 4 for murdering somebody in prison.
I heard that. I read that. I didn't want to ask you. I didn't know. Did you get convicted for murdering somebody in prison?
Nah, I got convicted for the knife.
Prison, they really don't care, you know.
I was protecting myself.
What year was that?
It was 1995, August 15th. Same day as the Source Awards. When all that shit happened.
He's smart. I know. It's crazy. So, So somebody in prison, you had to handle your business because you were protecting yourself. Can you tell us a story of what happened?
That's his story to tell. It's his fault.
Well, actually, I
It's his
came
fault.
down. Actually, I came down
Malik,
from court.
It's his
I'm
fault.
gonna tell you what happened.
You?
No, I'm gonna tell you what happened.
It's his fault.
Mister, I gotta protect my brother?
No,
Yeah.
of course he always protect me. We protect each other. Well, what happened was, it went past. I got convicted for one of the murders too. I was charged with a lot of murders myself. I beat most of them. They dismissed the explosives and the weapons and all that, and I got convicted for killing this dude. They said I killed this dude for robbing my dad. So they said I hit him with a Mac 11 or something. I shot him like 6 times. So I got convicted of that murder. Went upstate, I had to come back down for a gun charge. Now these dudes we was going to war with. So my brother done cut one of the niggas. These are all his dude, Quarterfield homeboy. I done cut like 3 of them. Stabbed one of them. So they brought me down to court. The same lame ass cat here. A dude I used to take care of his girl when he was home, when he was in the penitentiary, and no, I didn't mess with her. I took care of her and his little baby because I thought he was cool. He was in jail. That's what we do. Make a long story short, I came down. They had me in the maximum security unit. Somehow this chick got me out of there and sent me to our old block, 4 block in HDM. It's a house detention for men on Rikers Island. It's one of the worstest places you want to be. I went inside the place. I ain't know he was in there. Nobody ain't told me he was in there. So they was prepared for war because they already know if I see one of them, I'm going to just do what I got to do. So I went and put my bags and everything in my cell. I knew something was wrong because they never put us in back cells. We always in front cell. When we get in there, we'll do that later on because you don't want to be all up front. Make a long story short, I seen him coming, cut him in his neck, and as a result, tried to stab me or basically tried to kill me. Him and some other dude tripped me or whatever, but I got up out of it. So they pulled the stunt. We thought the beef was over. But they just tried to maneuver and move and try to kill me or whatever the case may be. But, you know, I was able to fight it off because I could fight, you know, and he did what he did. I got up out of there. I walked up out of there. I got up and walked up out of there. Make a long story short, he got a reversal. It's funny how things work, right? Go upstate, everybody upstate, he get a reversal. He go over there with them, which that was a bad idea. It's just some things that's meant to happen because what they did with Snakers anyway, the beef's supposed to been over. So I'm seeing you, I'm thinking like I'm on point, but I don't think nothing's going down. But not forgetting, this is how I go. But it was cool. He pulled the stunt over there and did the wrong thing, and he ran into somebody, you know, and he got murdered. He wasn't prepared for that. If I had a weapon, I ain't gonna lie, I'd have killed him. I ain't be real with you. But I ain't have a weapon. All I had was my hand, so I was able to defend myself.
So you got charged with the weapon of that murder.
I got charged with promoting prison contraband, which was the weapon.
Your man get me tight, bro. Both of these niggas, they get me very upset, bro. Cause what's up with y'all, man?
What?
It is what it is, man. That's how people are, man.
What is it?
What
What
is
is it?
Oh my God.
What's
So
up with it?
all right, so okay,
What's going on?
31 years.
Right.
Okay, what were you convicted for again?
They said I killed Demetrius with Mimi. They said he was sticking up our father.
Yeah.
And allegedly I called
But
him
they
up
said
there
that
and killed
they
him.
said in this article right here that your father and his crew got charged with 7 murders.
That's other murders. Yeah, I'm just separate. I just said It's those murders we had like 4 or 5 apart under investigation for like 25 and all this other stuff.
Did
And
your
they try
father
to-
do any time with you
Nah,
guys?
me and him
They
did the
got acquitted.
time because we ain't tell. It's obvious. They was found not guilty and all other stuff. A lot of stuff they had to dismiss on us, or we actually went to trial and got acquitted for it.
You had good lawyers?
Of course, we had good lawyers.
Why you saying that? Don't say of course.
I mean,
It was a
I only
family
blew the
thing.
one trial, right? I only blew the one case.
Yeah.
Out of all them cases, I must have had one of the best. I knocked John Gotti off the front page.
Yeah. And truth be told, if they ain't locked me up, he wouldn't have got convicted for nothing.
Right? I
Who would they got
shouldn't have.
convicted of
I
nothing?
shouldn't
If
have
I
got
wouldn't
convicted
have
for
went to
anything.
jail, he wouldn't have got convicted for nothing. It's my brother.
But anyway, we talked about that. Let's talk about the good stuff.
Let's talk about the wait. Before we talk about the positive, hold on.
Yeah,
I want to get into positivity.
let's go.
I'm living a positive life.
Yeah.
Before we go into there,
What's that?
in jail,
Okay.
they said that Smurf told me that you were highly respected. You were highly respected. You were one of the.
I had to earn that.
You had to earn that. Was it hard in the beginning for you? Pause. Cause I had to say pause because you said some shit earlier.
Let me say this. When I came to Racket Sound, so I'm true to myself. I was a little scared. Right? And first person I caught was a dude named Fatty. Cause he was playing both sides of the fence of this little thing. And because of my crimey pike, he was well respected. So a lot and Nacy, you know Nacy?
No.
Oh man, he's a Queens legend. This is Dave brother, Dave McCleary brother.
I heard of Dave McCleary.
Okay, and when I said kill Edward Burns, his brothers. They came and told dudes if anything happened to me, they gotta see them. So it was a little bit, easier for me. He made me send my chain home and shit, Nacy. And I had my little fight. I always a fighter, so it was never that. I was never scared of fight. It was just that I never been faced with a situation. Jersey was the easiest shit in the world. I'm fucking cowards. But New York was a different thing. Rikers Island, you hear about that shit your whole life, and it's like, yo, man, this shit is like it's crazy. So when I first got there, I never forgot. I was like, yo, they're gonna kill me, cause I had all this beef. I know what it is, but if they give me a one-on-one, I'm gonna go. So, it turned out good people. Robo, I met Robo there. And they always took me under the wing, man. It was always dudes from Queens that always was there for me, showed me the ropes. But after about 6 months, I said, this shit ain't nothing, man. Shit ain't nothing. So it wasn't hard for me at all.
I mean, that's what Smurf said, man. And he said that you held him down, man. You know.
Well, I'm gonna say I held Smurf down. Smurf held himself down.
He showed him love.
I mean,
Tenar's the one that cut him.
right. And Tenar's a piece of shit. Tenar and my crimey was real tight. I used to look out for them when I was in the street. But as far as Smurf is concerned, like I said, he's a young lion, man. He came out to that yard by himself. And that right there, I respect it. He could have had anything. From that point on, it was like, he was, and like I said,
He just walked in the yard by himself.
that's it, man. And knowing that people wanted to get out. And he just said, fuck, whatever's gonna be, gonna be. We walked that yard one time, and we just hit it off from there.
What was your thoughts on? Did you know 50? Did you know any of his people?
Nah,
That's what he was telling me.
I know my man, right? My man used to fuck. My man was down with Geno Green, right? And he used to be in the office with 50.
Geno Green's the one with the nines on the
Right.
shirt. Yes.
That bullshit.
Yeah.
So he was down with them, and he, got him and Nels grew up, and that's how he got in there through Nels. And he was around them, had conversations with them and shit. And a problem is that he wanted to get in good with 50. And he felt that this was the way to get in good.
Did 50 really say did somebody allegedly did they say they want to make Smurf bid hard for him?
They wanted to make Smurf a bit hard, but Smurf wasn't going for it. I mean, he knew coming into Schwanka, just like he knew in Sing Sing, that wherever he go, he was going to be faced with problems. And that boy came out to that yard, ready to do whatever had to be done. He seeked me out, we talked, we hit it off. He's a good motherfucker, you know, and
Positive time.
yes, let's go.
You know what? I got an idea though too. I want
What's
to do
that?
something. I got an idea, man. I want to sit down and talk to you as far as have you come up here, but just got an idea, man. Just ask you about certain things, certain topics, and
Okay.
see your input. Your input on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you're a little older now, so I don't know if traveling may be wear and tear on your body, but we can figure it out, right? I got what? They all look
I'm
at
saying, now you say I'm like, but I mean, see, I just came home, right? And I was around a bunch of young guys, and they used to always like, yo, you old heads this, you old heads that. Thing is, you gotta live to get this age. See, that's the key.
See, he gonna talk that fly shit.
Nah, I mean,
That's
think
fly
about it,
talk.
right?
That's fly talk. I'm not ready for
Fly
that.
talk.
All right,
See,
cool.
now when you talking about the wear and tear, right?
I was just yeah.
You don't see my lady here?
That's your lady?
Yeah. 33 years old. I got it, man. I'm like 19.
Hey.
I didn't know what's going on, man.
Hey.
Okay, all right, man. Don't be cocky like that. What's wrong with you, man? Oh, you been down for 31 years. My nigga, you have to have
Yo,
some.
motherfucker still strong,
dog.
B.
This platinum, man. This platinum. This
Motherfucker
is for you.
still.
Nah, I just have an idea. I think that action. I think if we could sit down and talk, have you come up here and just talk about just 15-minute segment or 30 minutes.
Hey, man,
Just talk about
we sit down and talk about
different. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
get to what I really came here to talk about.
Let's talk about some positive stuff.
Yeah, my redemption,
Okay.
right? I start going now in Brownsville through the Brownsville Think Tank Matters organization in Brownsville that I'm a part of. I'm part of Day 2, which the sister could tell you more about. And the thing about Day 2 is right on the block where I buried a couple of Jamaican dudes. So, and I'm saying that in the sense that it comes full circle, because the first time I went into a DFY was Crossroads. It was right across the street where I actually got apprehended at in front of the precinct. The same block. So like full circle. And to be a part of something in a neighborhood that I was a part of the genocide, to be a part of something positive is such a great thing. That community only knew me as a violent individual. Now they're gonna see the positive side.
So what we
The
doing?
guy that I was supposed to be. Well, one of the things is the reentry program. It's gonna offer also job training, substance abuse, anger management, which is the portion that I'm be teaching about. There's a whole host of things that we're getting together. It ain't started yet, but it's in the process. The Brownsville Think Tank, same thing. They offer job training, legal counsel, substance abuse, incredible messengers. We go into schools, we go into the Crossroads. Right now, we in the projects called the Boulevard, and we talking to them. We just had a dialogue about Nipsey Russell and his death, the cause and effects of it. But the thing is about giving back, letting them know that you can learn from my poor choices. Because I didn't make mistakes. I made a bunch of poor choices. And the thing that I like to stress is that I'm not a product of my environment. Because there's a lot of good people in my environment. I'm a product of my poor choices.
That's real.
I think that people use that environment thing as a crutch. Because I got you two young brothers. Y'all doing positive things, right?
Right.
No matter what, y'all a platform here to give people this opportunity. You know, so it's about, I want my legacy to be someone that changed people. I did it in prison. Once I educated myself, I was able to get through brothers like Bangham and a lot of these other brothers that bangs. That's, you know, they respect me. The homies respect me. The Crips respect me. The Latin Kings respect me. Everybody respect me because I respect you. And that's what it's about. If we respect one another, then we can stop a lot of this nonsense in our communities. I have to respect you as a 31-year-old young man. Right? I shouldn't look down upon you because you might want to wear your pants off your butt, you know, or tight jeans. I'd still be wearing baggy jeans if it was up to me. If it was up to me.
OG Nuke, chill out, man.
No, I'm serious though, right? My jeans is kind of tight right now. Right? But I'm just saying, I'm being honest with you.
I mean, even a 33-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
I can't buy my own clothes. So, you know, I mean, if she let me dress myself, I might look like an Easter egg right now. Oh, but the point is, right, you're my little brother. You could be my son. And that's how I got to see you. And I have to talk to you, not at you. We have to have this dialogue. And I think that's what's missing in our community.
Yeah, definitely.
See, one of the things that I've learned, that whatever resources I have, I try to pass them on. Well, I keep it. I can't leave with it. I have to pass it on so you don't do the same things I've done. Right? So they say about this thing with Nipsey Hussle, right? I see it in a different light. I love the fact that he gave back to the community and was there. He was there. He went back. He was there. He didn't just send money back. He was there. He was in the fold. But when you change it for positivity, right? I'm not gonna call you out your name. Whether you told on somebody, it doesn't matter to me. Meaning this, that I'm just not gonna mess with you. I'm not gonna do nothing around you for you to tell on me. I'm gonna let my man know you ain't no good. Right? But when we change our life, we have to change the way we think. Not our principles, not our morals, but our morals should never change, but our principles change daily. Right? And if we know people is no good, we should keep them away from us because they can contaminate that next person. Right? But we say don't snitch. But yet, when he got killed, the community was outcrying for people to send in tips. So what are we gonna do? What are we doing? We telling or we not? Right? Charlemagne said it best. That dude should have got handled. He shouldn't even never made it to prison because he took a king from us that was doing something positive. He changed his life around. But the male ego is what caused this man his demise because this cat couldn't handle the truth. Right? He couldn't handle the truth. He informed on somebody. He knew what he did. So when this man refused to let him in his circle, in his establishment, why wasn't that enough? Why couldn't he just take that and say, I'll go spend my money somewhere else? Right? He couldn't. But then the young man, me and Nipsey, put this dude on blast. And this is the thing that we have to understand as a people, man, is that when we got people like this that's come back and want to do good, why are we not protecting them with our all? Why are we not? Why does this man have to lose his life? We lose young kings every day over nonsense. So now it took this young man's death to put a face on it. So now we're going to let his memory go and just after a month and say, okay, it's back to normal? Or are we really going to, as you see all these hashtags on Instagram and all this rest in peace, and they're going to do something positive, we're going to continue to let it go. Right? Or we're going to let it go. After a month, we ain't going to hear it no more. Then what justice are we doing that man? Then this dude win, that killed him. This dude wins. If we just let it go, if we just let his death go in vain, he wins. But they gotta go in all the communities. That we lose young brothers and sisters every day to senseless violence. And here's a man that tried to stop it. Here's a man that really wanted to make a change in his hood. And that's the example that we all need. And we can do it one step at a time. It may not be as big as he did it. But you're giving a young artist an opportunity to come up here. She's getting ready to give young men and women an opportunity in the community to get an OSHA card, to get some computer training so they can go out in the workforce. A CEO right here of Nation Vodka, her own podcast. In its growth, to see this happening. So we should support each other. You want to stop the thing on let's not buy Gucci because they had a noose on some clothing shit. You don't even hear about that no more. Now people back wearing Gucci. Right? Let's be for real here. So is this gonna be a hashtag? This young king's death is gonna just be a hashtag? Okay, we forget him after a month? Or are we gonna really celebrate this man's life and live his vision? Because he said, yo, we shouldn't answer to these clowns. But as soon as a clown says something, I'm on Instagram beefing with him. So let's really make this man's death something other than the tragedy that it is. Let's celebrate him. Let's build from this, man, so we can save these young brothers and sisters. And that's what we need to do.
Not just for a month, you know.
Exactly.
Keep going.
For now on.
And this is why I changed my life, man, for that. Not to see things like this happen. Because when you speak to these young men and women, you be like, damn, these are some intelligent kids. Right? But as soon as they go out, they banging. Because this is who shows them the consistency. It's a perverted sense of love. Right? I tell you I love you, but I'll give you a gun to tell you go out there and put some work in. But I'm not saying, okay, you got this vision of this podcast, right? How much do it take to get this started? Why is we not, as a community, chipping into your dream to see that it come true? And that's what I believe that we're missing. That we don't support one another.
At all.
Big facts.
You know, how many young brothers and sisters got clothing lines that we support, right? What's your friend, Brooklyn the Bus, right? And Culture Fest, right? But if it was Summer Jam, we wouldn't even have to be up here, right? Or what's the other one? Powerhouse, right? Made in America, right?
Yeah.
But this is corporate America is doing. But we support all that. But you can't support your brothers and sisters' vision because they still got us in that crab in a barrel mentality, right? Here it is. Big Boy and got a platform. Y'all got some. When y'all gonna be on their show? Bigging this up. But they want to talk about what Kodak Black said instead of teaching him. Teach him what he did was wrong.
And you don't have to do it out here like that.
Right? We got to teach. This is how we teach.
Yeah.
You don't tell your child, you tell him his fire is hot, right? So now you made me curious. So when I got burnt, I'm like, oh shit, this shit is hot. But you didn't just, you after you spanked me, you told me why you spanked me. Right? We just spanking these kids out here and ain't telling them why. We turn our back on them.
He got to know what he did wrong.
Right? And that's the thing, man. That's the thing that when you have these platforms.
That was wrong.
You know, what made me was that negative shit. That's who I was. Who I am now is because of that negative shit. Because I realized that I didn't value my own life. So how can I value yours? That's why it was so easy for me to pull a trigger on another man that looked like me. I didn't kill no white man. I didn't. Killed the dude looked just like me. You know, he was going through the same pain and suffering I did. Because at that time, we felt there was no other economic means in our community. So this is what we knew. So this is what we gravitate toward. What you show me right here today, you two young brothers, all you brothers in here, show me that it's other ways. This is a hustle. I know how to hustle now. I go to work every day. Right? I go to work every day. I'm a subcontractor for NYU. I go in the communities, whether they pay me or I rather volunteer. I'm there. Because it feels good to help someone. It feels good to reach back. And that's what we have to do, reach back. Because when I grew up, a village took care of me. I wanted to be, because everybody tell you it's going to be okay. Right? When I came home, yo, you're going to be all right. Man, you know how many times I wanted to go on the streets and get some money, man? You know, keeping it real. And everybody expected me to come home and hit them streets hard. Let me tell you something, man. It wasn't a hard choice not to go hit them streets. It's so easy when you know that you get $1 million for helping someone. I felt like $1 million. Knowing I helped someone. Knowing I helped somebody get a job. So, you know, that's what it is, man. So
I have a question for you. So, take me to the time when you knew that it was over. You know, like when you knew, like what day or what person spoke to you, and you kind of felt like, all right, this is the, you know. I'm sure you were incarcerated and you still was probably wilding at a certain point. But then it was that one day, that one person you spoke to.
I'm gonna tell you, it's that epiphany, right? That's what you asked me. It was when that knife went in that man that I killed. That's when I knew right then and there. If this is the only way I know how to resolve conflict, I'm fucked up. I was in SHU, an Elmira Correction Facility, and I ain't speak for 30 days, and I was next to a brother named Jose Harris and Mario Machete, and they ain't even know it was me. For 30 days, I wouldn't talk. I ate very little. Just drank the water and the juice they gave me. And then I just said, like, yo, I need to clean myself. It was a Saturday. I said, yo, Zay, I need the stuff to clean myself. He was like, yo, turn your light on. Like, yo, when you came here? He said, yo, you the crazy motherfucker was right there. So basically, I went in my cave, right, like Moses did and like Muhammad did, to do some soul searching. And from that point on, I said I would never harm another black man. And I haven't physically hurt anyone from that day on.
Why did you laugh?
Put that, right?
Let me ask you a question.
I don't know.
Are we laughing at the OG like that? What's up? Something that you want to tell us?
He hurt you mentally? What?
He
You said not physically.
Whoa.
He's too smooth, man.
No, you know what it is?
God.
You know why I think she laughed? Because she told me one day, she said, yo, I see you just turning on and off. Like, what you said that day? How you said
I
it?
could tell though,
How
man.
you
Nobody
put it?
fall for those tricks that you got.
Nah, actually.
I think that I think that you're more than your credentials is more than enough to teach the youth, and I think that they'll listen. I think that's a great path. I mean, you know,
You listen.
I didn't do nowhere near nothing you guys did. I'm on a positivity and helping to uplift the people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you're more, you know, more than qualified enough to lead the youth and stuff. And I can tell you to turn it off and on. Right? You can see it.
I mean,
That's soft talk. Don't mean nothing.
nah, man.
Hey, how you doing, man? Welcome to
You
Z100.
know, see, like
WBLS.
No, right? Honestly, Nah, see, I have the Barry Nuke, right? And I had to raise Anthony up, or as the Muslim brothers call me, Masood. And it's like we have to bury it. We have to put that aside.
Damn, I had an idea, man. Damn, man.
Talk.
He's buried all the way?
Is he?
No.
Okay.
No, off camera, I definitely want to talk about an idea that I have.
Okay, can we talk about Culture Fest for a minute?
Let's do it,
Right.
please. Yes.
We let the sister.
Yeah, of course.
Because she.
You finished the phone? Before I
Don't be
forget.
shouting out. You were talking.
Let's try to switch places.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Can you switch places? Sure. Yeah, smart. My man right here. My man right here. My man Malik. I don't like you, Malik. I don't trust you, man. I like you, but I don't.
You can trust me.
That's right. From
Trust
up the
me,
hill.
trust me.
You come up the hill one time, you good forever.
All right, so Culture Fest. What's up? Talk to us.
So, Culture Fest is the concept and idea of creating the opportunity for us to celebrate, evaluate, and reiterate what it is that we are as a culture without having someone come and buy it and incorporate it. Culture Fest was spawned from the concept of Shabaka Shakur, and he created an opportunity for all of us to be a part and play a part in what we do and the culture. So RMG is an organization that comes to bring events with purpose, right? So Culture Fest is on 420 in Williamsburg on 99 Scott Street.
420 is a smoking day.
Is it a smoking day?
Yes.
It's a national day of rebellion, right? It's a national day of rebellion.
Well, that's I don't know.
You know, it's funny because when we took on 420, right? The origins of it are not necessarily clear, but we've definitely had a lot of backlash on 420, and it's been seen derogatory. But Woodstock is celebrated.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so you know what is happening right now across the nation is that the legalization of marijuana is occurring, but what is happening is that the people who naturally, the culture that was involved in that, are being pushed out, and major corporations like Philip Morris and Altria are taking over the market in terms of marijuana's growth, production, sales, and so forth, because now it's being licensed in a manner that we are excluded from participation. But there are several hundreds of thousands of minorities that were put in jail, incarcerated, have permanent records, couldn't get jobs, couldn't get their children back, you know, because of the illegal component of marijuana, and now it's legal. But how many lives have been ruined by the illegalness? But it's okay now because now they discovered that it's a way to control it. But the culture of marijuana is now being perceived as positive. It helps with autism. It helps with seizures. It helps with cancer. But when we were using it medicinally, it was corrupt. We were drug abusers. So Culture Fest is about the celebration of us as a culture. We don't need for you to legalize who we are. We don't need you to say it's okay. We don't need you to bottle it, brand it, market it. We're celebrating ourselves at Culture Fest 420, 99 Scott Street. This is an annual event. This is our first annual event.
Okay. So people are going to be smoking weed in Williamsburg?
I mean, we're going to be enjoying the culture.
Enjoying the weed.
Man, I know, like, OG, don't look at me like that, man.
Nah, I mean, y'all want to come out and y'all do y'all
Don't
show
look,
here?
don't look at me like that.
I mean, we don't smoke, so
I don't
I don't smoke either.
Y'all gonna come to the Culture Fest thing?
Well, I'm trying to. I have an idea, so I'll try to sway him into something. I'm a businessman at the end of the day.
Well, you know, the thing about it is that I'm not a smoker. That's not my thing. But I am a revolutionary. I am a person who believes that we all should have equality and equity in our systems that we built and produced. I am a creative being, and I respect other creative beings. So I'm not necessarily a drinker, but I'm not against going to the bar. You got to meet people where they're at, and I think that's important to be able to connect with your radio audience, with the youth that need support, to not be gang members, to not be in the streets, to not be murderers. See, because there's something that's a catalyst to those behaviors, but if there's not something to counteract it, then how do we manage it? So yes, marijuana can be medicinal, it could be enlightening, it could be relaxing, it could be a lot of things, but it also could be addictive in a way. But who's meeting people where they're at to identify the difference? Right? So Culture Fest is going to look like everything enjoyable about New York City. It's a day party, it's a night party, it's a concert, it's Afrobeat going Joanna. Joe, right? It's Funkmaster Flex hitting and dropping bombs. It's the young and up and coming artists. Gangtivity will be there. They're like the black rock stars of rap, okay? Like they're like Nirvana of rap. Like they're rock stars. You got Jimmy Tense, smooth kind of brother. It's a lot of different energies going on. You got Protect Your Heart. We'll start their documentary there with Uncut. Voodoo will be there, who does all the Biggie posters. They'll be doing live art. You're gonna have vendors there supporting our businesses. We gotta support our own businesses. You have food there. It's gonna taste like New York. It's gonna smell like New York. It's gonna look like New York. You're gonna hear New York, and you're gonna see the culture, and it's gonna come from the people who made it, not the people who stole it.
You won't be getting
man. I
that.
like her. Come on, man. She just broke it down crazy. She cool, man.
Yeah.
So for those who want to support the Culture Fest,
Yeah.
let them know how they can, tickets on.
Yes. So
You want me? He cool?
yeah, I did. I'm good for us.
listen. They from up the hill. And let me tell y'all.
Yeah, they cool, man. I want no smoke. I'm
That's
trying to
it.
down, man.
No
They
smoke.
cool too.
That's it. Y'all coming up to day 2. Y'all gotta come up to the day 2 multi-purpose center,
Okay.
and y'all gotta come chill in the hill.
Yeah.
I'm coming to the hill, man. If I'm invited, I'm gonna come to the hill.
That's right.
Invited, man.
That's right.
I'm trying to do business, man. I got an idea. I'm serious.
Yeah. You invited. You invited.
So like I said, for those who want to come out to Culture Fest, is there tickets or anything like
Yes.
that?
So you can get your tickets at www.culturefestnyc.com. You click the link, and you're gonna see RNG Presents, and there'll be a link for tickets. You put the promo.
Where you get tickets from?
You're gonna get the tickets from www.culturefestnyc.com. It'll be RMG Presents. You click the link, and then you're going to put in the promo code Queen Charisma. That's me. 420. Or you could DM me at charisma_the queen, and I will get you tickets in your hand.
Cool. See? I'm not that mean, man.
You the bomb.
I'm not that mean.
You're a marketing monster right here. I see you.
Well, I'm just trying to get business together,
There
man.
you go, man.
I got an idea for OG Nuke, man.
All right,
That's right, that's
then we
right.
got the vodka,
Talk about it.
Nation vodka,
That's
You
right.
said Haitian vodka?
Nation
Oh, I want this.
dot Nation.
You see, you got a problem with Jamaican earlier?
Nation.
Hello.
Nation vodka,
You
okay.
have your vodka? Come. You want us to say it for you?
Come on, speak.
Nation vodka?
Nation
Tell us about it.
Vodka.
Nation vodka.
I'm creating my own vodka. It's a happy hour vodka.
Okay.
Happy hour is what, 5 o'clock?
Yeah, something like that. After work type vibe.
Yeah.
Happy hour.
Any hour
It's
with
happy
any hour
hour
with
somewhere
vodka.
in the nation,
it's-
man.
Yeah, it's
Right
happy.
now it's happy hour somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but happy hour, don't say all day. Happy hour is at one specific
It's
time.
man.
usually
How
after
you
work.
gonna argue with that,
Usually,
man?
but it depends
Because
on
I want to
the
argue with it,
spot.
OG. I'm sorry, man.
Depends on the
Hey,
spot.
I'm just like to just take
It's
shit
usually
up
after
here.
work, though. It's usually.
Being that I'm here, my book should be out next month, so I'll make sure y'all get a copy.
Tell me about the documentary.
Oh, the documentary too?
Yeah,
He's different, man.
yeah, the
Swag
documentary.
is different, bro.
What's wrong with you, man? Oh.
You got a certain swag about you, man.
Yeah.
I fuck with it. I
no,
fuck with
man, I
it.
got a book, but it's raised by the system. They doing the documentary. In fact, on the 19th, they got to come speak to my brother and other family members that wasn't able to speak before, like my oldest daughter. Well, one of them. 2 of them don't want to talk, but the oldest one, she would like to speak, especially the time she grew up when I was in prison.
Okay.
So she got a lot of feelings she want to get out. She want to speak with them. Now my brother out, they can speak with him, and my other little brother that he want to hear a few words he want to speak about. But they almost finished with the book. It's gonna be a book, but it's gonna be a different kind of book. And it's funny. It's gonna be dealing with art as well.
Okay.
So when I get a copy, I'll make sure y'all have
What
it.
year you came on?
I appreciate that.
I came on 2014, September the 9th.
What year?
I came on September of this year.
That's right.
Wait, this.
That's right. That's right.
You just came home?
That's
You
right.
supposed to go?
That's right.
Yo, what the?
I don't think y'all understand the gravity of what's in the room with y'all. I really don't think y'all, they have such a smooth disposition. You can't really capsulate the gravity of these two men sitting in this room. I've had the honor and the privilege to be in the room with sometimes over 130 years of incarceration. And each one of these men have the most genuine spirit about changing the narrative and what has been happening. It's amazing to know that there are people that actually not just made it through incarceration, but mentally. The deterioration that the ploy that's done in the prison industrial system, what they do with the food, what they do to your spirit, what they do, they treat us like animals in that we are enslaved. Okay, slavery didn't end, it just became prison, right? So to come out of indentured servitude, slavery, and to have the mindset that you've been out of incarceration for 9 months and you are speaking about positivity, change, giving the support, encouragement. Malik is his story is so dope. There's no need to even scratch on the surface. You might as well just leave it alone till you're ready to deal with it, okay? Because I every time he walks in my office and just sits with me, I just feel like, what is he about to tell me next? What possible story that I can't fathom is about to come out of his mouth? And me being sometimes the only lady, I'm the first lady of Day 2, I'm the first lady of RMG, and sometimes I'm in the room with all men. And, the stories that come from them could make any person, a hard-grown man would shrink and be like, okay, salute, and walk out the room. But the fact that their spirits are so genuine and so filled with the redemption, like Nuke said, it's uncomparable. And I think that we're at a pace where, a lot of guys are coming out of incarceration. And the surprising thing is that they're not coming out worse than what they were. They're coming out with a reformed mind and spirit that's ready to change this, that's saying, you know what, enough of our people going through this. Let's create economic systems that we become our own soundboard. And even with the way that they're coming out of prison, I think what has been like 10 of y'all that got out exonerated, clear records.
Yeah, and I'm still working on mine as well. My 440 is in. So after that's done, I would notify y'all as well, because this is my maybe getting a reverse on that.
But this is why, you said that, this is why the love is organic and is natural, because, not necessarily knowing the stories, but willing to learn and vibe and understand, you know what I'm saying? I think that these men, all of you came in here with great energies and a wonderful spirit, and I can't fathom what these guys been through, but I'm willing to learn and understand and just stay focused.
Say this, not because we not willing to learn. It's 3 brothers that have been real instrumental to me, right? And there's one, he's the CEO of the Culture Fest. Mm-hmm. Wrongfully convicted, he got exonerated, brother Shabaka Shakur. Then there's another brother that's helped brothers get home, Derek Hamilton. Mm-hmm. Wrongfully convicted, 27 years, got exonerated. Then there's my brother Shakur. There's Ayers, right? Devon Ayers, and he's the CEO and founder of Stay Woke Clothing. And This brother did 23 years for something he didn't do. All these brothers was wrongly convicted. I did what I did. I did it. Right? And to be convicted of something you didn't do, and the loss that they had to sustain, it doesn't compare to mine. I deserve everything I got in there. But these brothers, and all three of these brothers give back, and they give job opportunities for people coming home and everything. So it's stories, man, that if you really want
Set it up,
to
man.
sit and talk to these brothers, I mean,
Yeah, I'll do that.
and they can give you like tips. Like I said, to me, it's like I take responsibility for what I've done. But to be wrongfully convicted
We're gonna do that.
and to go through what they went through and to be in the spirit there is the one to give back, yo, man, it's amazing. And these are the brothers that I'm around.
Because ultimately, we can want to do all the good work we want to do. We have our nonprofit, we're 501c3 at Day 2, but where are the resources coming from? And what's the cost of the government funds that are connected to some of these resources? Because once the government gets a hold of you and says, all right, we're going to give you this grant, but you got to sterilize the women in your community. You just sold your people out for the sake of nonprofit work. Culture Fest is a vehicle that produces income, revenues, and profits that we can use to do the work to help the people. We don't need people dictating to us how to help our people. Nobody knows our story better than us. So we need to be involved and engaged and be supportive. Even if you're not a smoker, come to Culture Fest. You're going to see some art. It's not an environment where you're going to be bombarded with smokes. We're professionals. I have master's degrees over here. I'm not going to put anybody in an environment that's uncomfortable. We have to create opportunities that generate income and resources for our people to give back, because it is unnecessary for as much money as the black community has and spends for us to continue to support businesses that are outside of our area, outside of ourselves, that's not going to give back to ourselves. So RMG Present gives directly back to organizations like Day 2, organizations, like the Brownsville Think Tank, Man Up. These organizations, WAMA,
for Life,
it's a lot of organizations, Gym Star, Clothing. It's a lot of organizations that need the resources, but we're not necessarily allowed the opportunity because of barriers with education, because, you got to have this qualification and that qualification. Now, Day 2 is qualified 100%. We got clinical social workers, you got me, MPA, we qualified. We got K-SACs, we're good. But we don't want nobody controlling what we do. We know that if a woman is battered and beat, she doesn't want to travel to the Metro Tex from Brownsville with a black eye. She needs to be able to be seen right on Dean Street. We know that if a brother is struggling with drugs and alcohol, he doesn't want to talk to the guy who never struggled with drugs and alcohol. Come right to Dean Street, because there's somebody that's going to be there for you. We know when you come out of prison, you can't relate to somebody sitting behind a desk talking about, you got to go to the substance abuse and the anger management, and you don't have a substance abuse issue. You don't want to talk to them about substance abuse. You don't have that issue. But you could come to Day 2 and talk about the anger and talk to Nuke, because Nuke is the epitome of a person who's overcome anger and aggression. And you want to be able to look at somebody that you saw behind the wall and see them change their life and say, you know what? I could change my life too. Give a preferred alternative future. None of these agencies and organizations that exist under the confines of the government, the city, offer a preferred alternative future. You're met by rude city workers who don't have no intent to help you. They got a union job and they're going to collect their check. No disrespect. I love the union. Buy a ticket to Culture Fest. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the motivation is different. The motivation with us is grassroots. We're motivated to help the people because we are the people.
So for anybody that's coming home now, or that's tuned in and going through stuff, or how do they contact you? You got for Day 2.
Instagram again?
Instagram is Charisma, CARIZMA _ the Queen. Oh, _ the Queen.
Right.
And as far as day 2, you can go to the website, which is www.day2m as in Michael, P as in Paul, C as in cat.org, or you could stop by 2099 Dean Street between Howard and Saratoga up the hill, and somebody from the hill gonna be in there.
You don't need no appointments, anything. If you just feeling like you want to just, you're going through something, you want to just pop in there to get
If I'm there, you pop in.
Okay.
If I'm there, you pop in. If I'm not, call, leave a message, send an email, send an inquiry. If you want to give some money and send a donation, it'll be tax deductible. Hit me up, emailing me at cfoster@day2mpc.org. I'm here to receive all of that. Absolutely.
Well, great. I think we had a classic episode. We are putting out the first. You know what clip I'm gonna put out first. We put out clips. We're gonna talk about that. But our first clip this week of this episode, man. I mean, it's a lot. We wanna thank you guys for coming in.
Thank
you for having us.
I want to talk to you in a little bit. I think that I'm definitely, as a businessman, my mind starts to spin. Young wit. I want to do a show with OG Nuke and his brother. Just asking them topics and just having them in 15 seconds, once a week or twice a month. You know what I mean? I think that very informative, and their view on things is dope. The scenery gonna be a little different though. You know what I'm saying? Of course. My mind works a million times, but I think that I learned a lot today, and
for sure.
I want to thank Smurf for even making the connection, man, and I want to do a part 2.
Yeah.
I want to do a part 2 in May with these people, these wonderful people. I think that Malik's story, we have not touched the surface yet. I want to do a part 2. So that's why I want to go with it in May. Space will set it up if y'all can. And but sign out, man. I'm sorry. My mind is working.
Yeah. I'm thinking about all the stories and everything they said tonight. So I'm still like, I'm taking everything in. Man. You know what I'm saying? This is real. And I think a lot of young dudes that's tuned in need to really pay attention to what the game used to be. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get back to that because I'm not we ain't the same age, but I come from the era of people that have a lot more respect in the streets, and and the word gangster and the word thug and things like that were a little defined a little differently than they are now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't respect a lot of the gangster stuff now and what they call gangster now. You know what I mean? Like I respect more how you speak about the way you moved about things, and even though they weren't all positive, but
he moved a little.
He moved crazy, but I respect what it is. If you, like you say, if you're in the game, you're in the game. You know
the grenade was a bit much.
It's different.
One of the reasons I touched on something, I did this. Well, this is for y'all. I mean, I just want to share this with y'all. And I brought this up. And I brought. All right, no, I know why you gave it to me, but it's really,
I mean, you talking.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now, as far as what I was saying before about when we was talking about prison stuff, or even in the street, about people who be coming up here, whether they rappers or so-called street cats and all that. The reason I did that, because in my time of incarceration and when I came home, even before my brother came home, and I'm doing work, like he said, I'll pop up in any of them organizations. And I even was working in the city council due to our family. They had me speaking with these young people. And a lot of them is falling a lot of this. I call it junk. A lot of this mess that they be falling. Whether it's gangs, whether it's so-called tough guys, whether it's X, whatever. My thing is like this. You saying this, but yet I can read and I can see and I watch interviews and you doing something different. To me, I don't have a problem with exposing because I know you ain't been through all that. And a lot of you dudes playing games because a lot of these young guys, and even we go to clubs, they follow that because I have conversations with them and I ask them certain things. And they come out and say certain things and I'll be like, man, this is a damn shame. This is what you really, this is what's really going on, OG. And I'll be saying to myself, You really think that's cool? And they explained to me why they felt it was cool. Some of them is not with it no more, but a lot of them are. So this is what you get. Like when he was explaining about the brother Nipsey. You get certain people around or even other people around. Instead of them teaching them, what happens? They wind up doing something real silly for somebody else. Right? As a result, somebody do what? Get killed. Wind up going to prison. Wind up getting hurt real seriously because of this nonsense. And you fall in when you ain't really falling anything because he's not really that person. And a lot of that needs to be exposed. So to me, that needs to be touched on and hit on because that'll eliminate a lot of problems. We can save a whole lot of kids. And I don't believe in all that saving one kid. You can save all of them because they're ours. And if they're going to come with me, I'm going to be real with them. And I don't care about exposing people because at the end of the day, you had a lot of guys, and I don't consider what we did or what I did suffering because I know what I was doing out there. However, I'm going to take that and do something with it, and that's what I did. So in my life story, that's how it's going to be. I'm going to show you from the age of 9 years old all the way up to where I'm at now. But they need to be exposed, even the people that's perpetuating that. See, y'all different. See, you see how y'all motivated and y'all listen, and then y'all give feedback. There's a lot of interviews and a lot of people that do talk, even people that we thought was really good people. You ain't really exposing nothing. You just making money. Like, we playing games or we serious about our people? Because at the end of the day, if we ain't going to protect our people, who will? Because we are. You even consider the OG now yourself, too. I'm just being real. You 31. Man, we was considered OGs before we was in 21, so I'm just being honest.
I mean, because that's the lifestyle I was living. I was very tough.
No, but I'm just saying there's a lot of growth.
Ain't no tough guy over here, man.
Right.
You go. You try to slide that in, right?
I'm just saying.
Two tough guys, right?
You try to slide that in.
Oh yeah. Ball me, because y'all, you guys,
yeah.
was held at a certain standard.
I want them to be strong. I don't want them to be fearful. And I want them to be educated, but I don't want them to be weak. And a lot of times they get taught weaknesses, and it's bad. They don't have to be afraid. It's what you're going to be afraid of. Who you being afraid of? A lot of them think they have to be afraid, and they don't have to be afraid. And they got to get that. Like a lot of young brothers go to the penitentiary, or a lot of guys who consider guys are not really aggressive. There's no reason for you to be afraid. You need to concentrate on other positive things and things to get you going. So you can do certain things because you worried about being afraid or this person doing something or these people don't like you because of that. You'll never get nothing done. We a prime example of that. If we say, well, we ain't going to make it. We do all this time. You're going to come out. You're going to go right to jail. You're going to be a bozo. You're going to do nothing. You're going to sell drugs and all that. We did the total opposite. And we went to the jail for the most streams and stuff at a very young age. So we can do it. I'm showing you, but I'm telling you, and I'm right here in your face to let you know that it's going to be all right. So that's how I show love to a lot of them.
Sure. Amen.
Yeah. And when they in the hood, if they need something to eat, well, you used to have when we was kids. What they do with us? They go some money, go in there and get you some food. I'm not going to tell you that. It's like me telling you, stop eating meat, right? And then what I do, I ain't even giving you no fish or something. What you going to do? Same thing. So it's action, not just talking.
Amen.
On that note, y'all stay tuned for the part 2, man. We gotta set it up. This is real.
Sign up.
I'm signed out, man. I'm good.
There's Queens Flip. URLTV.tv. Classic. I love this interview. We put out the parts first, so I already know what part I'm gonna put out. I love stories and I love to listen and learn. Once again, I want to shout out my man Smurf for setting this up, and shout out to Nuke and Malik for pulling up, and shout out to Miss Corinne and Star. Shout out to the ladies in the building. Very respectful, wonderful people.
Culture Fest, man. 420.
Yeah,
Make sure y'all pull up.
Make sure y'all pull up. And listen, man. Stay woke. Stay woke. It is what it is.
Stay woke or be broke.
Stay woke or be broke. All right. Y'all talked enough. Let me sign out, man. No, I'm joking. Yo, remember, lock your doors, close your windows, close your blinds, open your blinds. And if you see a guy like OG Nuke and Malik on your property, you don't have to use a firearm. Put it away. Put it away because they'll get you first. Try to talk to them and understand and reason with them, and they'll invite you to the Culture Fest. And remember,
And pass you a drink, a nation.
pass your drink, a nation, and remember, excuses are the tools for the weak and incompetent. They build and leave bridges to nowhere. I'm from Queens.
Where you going? Yo, where you going? Just flip the script. Make sure you rate, subscribe, and review now.